not pushing social degeneracy in marital homes. I'm promoting the nuclear family. Ilkan is promoting and
No,
saying society ought not
no.
be.
If you wanted us to win, then why are you holding us accountable and not holding them accountable? What should women do different as a whole? Women aren't coaching women. Women aren't redirecting women. Women aren't holding women to task. Women aren't doing movements to be anti-feminist or anti-feminist movements in mass.
Mhm,
They're not doing nothing to change the behaviors
mhm.
of women. All they're saying is, hey, vet better, pick better, watch out for the red flags. So
No,
if
I
she's not
already.
changing, so if
Mhm.
she's not
Yeah.
changing, what's happening is the man's desire for women is still extremely strong. So that what men are going is, damn, they're not changing. So I have to compromise a lot of the things that I thought about women in order to be with women and have family with women. Or most of us not going to have families because no matter what, so many women are going to the grave by themselves, Sarah, and not in marriages. They'll still be having sex with a man, but they're choosing themselves over anything. As long as they get their way, they're fine with that. If they don't get their man, that a man in a marriage, they're fine with that as well too, even though they're lying.
But I already said marriage is a transaction. And I already said you need to line up all of these things without emotions at the front end. Whereas you are pushing happiness as the forefront battle.
I told you that's what.
The way I'm saying it is our children win. We come in on a business transaction. Our marriage starts with a baseline of these are our standards for our marriage, and this is how we will operate. Your children are winning, not him, not her, your children, your family, your legacy. I'm promoting the nuclear family for purposes of the benefit of the children. You are promoting pure degeneracy where children are going to get flip-flop back and forth, have an unstable mother, according to you, that you want to knock some crazy woman up for the purposes of having kids for your own selfish needs, right? You're not promoting the benefit of the children because you're saying, well, I don't want to wife her up, but I want kids. I'm going to raise them in a single father household and maybe they'll go to their mothers even though she's wackadoodle, right? Like that sounds like the worst thing you can do for your children. Aren't us as parents supposed to want the benefit and the best case scenario for our children?
No, 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 absolutely. But I already told you when we marry, they divorce. Everything we do, they go the opposite way. So for to keep from her picking the divorce when you get married, don't get married. You have your own space where your children can come. The government should actually give the kids to the men because the women then lost their damn minds, right? But what I'm saying is that when you get married to her, she's leaving anyway. She just wants some assets. She wants something for her marriage. She wants something for her cooperation. She wants something for sex. The problem is she's not doing nothing in the relationship but causing stress onto the man and to the children. You know how many men are still losing their kids and their wife, even though they're staying in a two-parent household and still married to a woman because she's dictating what's happening in the household. All I'm saying is for the kids to have a chance, the father can teach them in one household instead of seeing the father be ruled in another household where the mother's going to divorce him anyway. I want two people together. I want it to be harmonious. I want it to be love. So I don't want to take away from that. And everybody better take away from what I'm saying as well too. I want the man, woman, and child together. The problem is when the man, woman, and child are together, the mother don't want to be a mother. She don't want to be a wife, and she's pushing for divorce.
Then why would you have her be a mother without any of that other stuff?
You
Okay,
keep
again,
asking.
I said, problem resolved. You come in with a transaction at a business, you take all the emotions out, you sit down and you say, this is what our marriage can and will look like. This is how we're going to do it. Okay. If you don't come on the forefront with that, this is why I think arranged marriages are perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. I would promote it actually. I would promote arranged marriages because it's a business transaction between families in order to produce more family legacy and to create the best interest of the children. It's not about love. It's not about happiness. Don't let the marketing and the consumerism feed you all that Valentine's Day hocus pocus bullshit of, oh, we're in love. That is a ridiculous thing to bank a marriage off of. You should bank it on, do our principles and values are aligned? Is this a benefit of both of our families? Will our legacy continue? Do we both understand what we are here to do? If you fall in love later, so be it. If you fuck like rabbits and have a grand old time and you enjoy doing each other like that, so be it. Otherwise, business
But that's
transaction,
two
make that your
different.
standard.
But you keep giving women the out. Now you're saying they should be aligned. Should the woman have to listen to the man and be with a woman?
That
Hold on.
is what
Oh,
you
no, hold
find
on.
out in the
No,
beginning.
no, no, no. You should be pushing women. You need to be what these men are asking for. You need to be what these men are demanding. You need to be the product that these men are willing to buy. My brother Ricky says this: women are the only ones that are not selling when men are buying. So we're still buying, they're just not selling. So in order to change this, women have to be what men want, not be with who aligns with you, be who has the same vision, be equal. No, be what the man needs you to be, because we're not equal. Understand that he's going to lead the household. Understand that he's going to be the so-called visionary or the person you're supposed to comply with, and be what these men are asking you to be. You're not supposed to have your own vision. You're supposed to be what the man wants you to be.
And that's why you arrange the marriage at the forefront and say, if you can't do these things, then I will not marry you. And then they're not having that.
Well, women are not. Women are not.
Then I guess you're not getting any.
Hey, Sarah, the Pandora's box.
You can't. You're asking to have your cake and eat it too, right?
No, they're not coming back, Sarah.
You're promoting degeneracy. I agree with the Big Ten. Says stop hitting yourself. I think she's talking to you, Ilkan.
They're not coming back.
Then why do you want that? Why would you chase trash?
Hey, Sarah, if the air was polluted, do you still got to breathe it?
I would imagine you'd want to do things. So
we're living in a society where, especially in the West, the women are degenerates, and either you're gonna spend time with these women, build with these women, try to train these women, try to mold with these women, try to build with these women, try to be, like I said, their therapist, because they're already going to therapy. They're already going to church. Nothing's working. Men are trying everything they can to make it work with these women, and we're still getting punished for it and shamed for it. Instead of women getting shamed that they're being sluts, that they're being whores, they're supporting the, I ain't gonna say that word because I ain't gonna get the show flagged, but they're supporting everything but the man and the family, and we keep still blaming the man instead of changing and repackaging what the woman is in 2026. We still give them the option to go their own way, to be feminist, and to push sexual liberation. It's not that this ain't a man issue, this is a woman issue. But I would say this. I would say the man in power is problematic as well too. He's the one financing it. He's the one supporting it. He's the one giving these women power. So if it's not most men, the man in power has a lot of leverage over pushing to these women to do whatever they want to do. So they go against the men.
Remember earlier when I said the most important relationship is between a father and a daughter?
I do remember.
I said I could expound on that if you want, but you literally just proved my point for me. The most important and vital relationship within a family household is that between a father and a daughter, because she is the one that goes on to marry another man and bring a father and a son, right? The son's values are already in place, right? And he is bringing a woman into their home. So he's already stabilized and foundational, right? But the woman is finding another man to bring into their family. Okay. You want her to pick right, correct? Right. That relationship is the most vital between a father and daughter, because she has to understand the value system that her father set in place so that she knows what other man to bring into their family and in order to marry and make children. And now that mother will be teaching those same concepts and principles to their children. And that man, the man she married, will be teaching it's the only way to continue the same values and principles along down. The sons already get it, right? They're already doing their job. But the daughter and her husband, that is vital. And this is the only way to keep women in place, is to have a solid foundation between father and daughter, because he sets the expectation.
I would concede to you back then, but experience is our greatest teacher, and the preacher's daughter is the biggest whore. So even if the man is there, even if she has the preacher, the women push even harder when they have a great father in today's time, because they felt like they were sheltered. They felt like they were controlled. And as soon as they get around all these other women that show them all the things they can do when they're liberated and free, they'll pick what the women say over their phenomenal father. They'll pick over what they say over Jesus. They will pick over what even the father of all fathers will say. They'll carry the Bible, they'll go to church and virtue signal, but they'll still be whores. So I disagree with you, Sarah. In 1932, maybe that worked. In 2026, they don't even listen to men. Even if they had a father, they become even worse if they were sheltered. So I have to disagree with you, my sister Sarah.
I'll just agree to disagree. Pride says, so according to Sarah, men have to do everything for women to do anything. Got it. Cooked we are.
We cook.
Uncle Rick says, it's degenerative because most women are degenerates. Most women require certain environments to be a good wife. A man should be good for him. A man should be good. Wait, what's that end? A man should be good for him.
Let me
her,
see.
maybe. Maybe
it's
her?
Degenerate because most women are degenerates. Most women require certain environments to be a good wife. A man should be good for him. Oh, a man should be good for him. Hold on. Most women require certain environments to be a good wife.
I wonder if he meant for her.
No, hold on. Most women.
Or a man should be good for like himself. I don't know.
No, I know what he's trying. So it's not confusing ourselves. The woman requires certain environments to be a good wife. A man is typically going to be good for himself. He doesn't need anybody to be good. I think that's what he's saying as well, too. So men, you know what's crazy, Sarah? Men support women. Women support women. Children support women. Society supports women. The patriarchy supports women, and they still find a way to make the worst decisions and become victims. Nobody supports men. They don't support their mental health. They don't support a broke man. They don't support an ugly man. They don't support a dusty man. They don't support a little pee-pee man. They don't support a fat man. They don't support a short man. And they still show up every day for society, whether they're electricians, whether they're construction workers, whether they're plumbers, whether they're working on society period, whether they're leaders, whether they're husbands. They're still doing their best to make society run, and nobody supports them. But Gay Pride or Pride Week is every single day. They got the nerve to make Mental Health Month and Gay Pride the gay whatever month on the same month.
Did they really?
Yes.
Did they?
Yes. We can't even have this month. We can't even have June. So again,
I think you got to take that up with the LGBT community.
Gay men, no, it's the men messing around with us that's in power. I'll say again, but again,
oh God,
they support.
I love men, for the record. I think y'all are amazing creatures. Okay, I don't think I'd be able to do what I do if I didn't love all of you.
Yeah, men are your biggest supporters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men are usually everybody's biggest supporters. Men just throw their dollars at women. Women ain't out here throwing their dollars at women. Women don't really support women. They only support women if they make bad decisions along with them. They enable the women that make the same sorry decisions they make. What actual positive thing, what actual positive message, what are women in mass telling society to do that benefits all of us? Everything is about themselves. Tell me the message that they're pushing out so we get better.
I don't know. I support a lot of men. I think my platform shows that, but I love you all. But fuck them other hoes, okay? And again, if you want to get on for open panel Q&A, right now is the time to click that link. I've been dropping it into the live chat. If you want to get back there, I do see the ones back there. You guys will all be up here in just a minute, but if you want to hit it, now's the time to jump in. James is cheating on me again. He loves to fuck with me. He really does. I still love you, James. I still love you, even though you go cheating on me all the time. But he says +2 for the Empire. Fuck your goal, Sarah. If you are a member in my chat, hit the fuck your goal emoji. Let's rock that one out just for James. All right. He needs attention. That's what he wants. So hit that emoji for us. Capri King comes in with the Big 10, says for the goal. Shout out to you. Big Head says happy to be here and hear Ilkan speak the truth. I love it. And Zero says this is a business transaction, Sarah. Her womb for some shekels and fun. Except now the man is no longer pigeonholed. That's a messed up. The business transaction is not the benefit of the family by the way of that what you're pushing, Ilkan. That's a terrible business deal. But shout out to you, Zero, for sending him the big 5. I appreciate that so much. All right, Ilkan, are you ready to meet your panel?
Yes.
Yes, Sarah. Bring on the men who want to tackle hoes. All right, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got Spin City News, Logic's Aunt Sasquatch. Welcome back, my friend. We missed you. Clay, and of course, Mr. Balderson and possibly Mrs. Balderson. I hope she comes at you on this one. But they're all here to question. And I do have room for two more. So if two more people want to jump backstage, feel free to do so at any given time. Now, gentlemen, we are all going in a round robin fashion. This is one at a time Q&A session. Hold your crazy for the gauntlet, but you won't get the gauntlet if they don't hit the goddamn goal. You are way behind on this, and I'm incredibly irritated already. So don't piss off the mater. We just got back. You guys haven't seen me for like, what, 4 or 5 nights? We just got back. Make me loud and proud here, okay? Don't fail me now. All right, Spin City. Are you... we've got some donos over on Pilled. Shout out to the donos over on Pilled. I'll get to those in a minute. Spin, do you have a question or comment to our gentleman here, Mr. Ilkan Ali? You can't pass every Q&A. I refuse to let you do it. If not, you got to just wait till the gauntlet. You can have some kind of reasonable.
Okay, I have some reasonable thing. You said a while ago you're oppressed. Or people are oppressed. Tell me about that. Rewind it. You said it. You said
he was talking about women talking about being oppressed.
Women are oppressed.
No, I didn't say that. I said the women used to complain about being oppressed in previous times, that they were slaves to their husbands, and if they had the choice to be with their husband, if they had the choice to be by themselves, a lot of women say they wouldn't have been with our grandfathers or our fathers. I'm saying that in today's situations, the men are being oppressed in relationships because the women are not being the women of old. Men are going to work, men are providing, men are protecting, men are doing everything they can to make these women happy, and the women are still miserable, and women still project and compromise the men. So my brother, I don't know what you heard, and I hope it's not a form of projection, but nothing that I spoke about had to do with race.
No, I wasn't alluding to that, but we can if you'd like.
Well, what is suppression?
If you think, okay, I am a disabled person. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I get a pension. I get enough of a pension that my wife doesn't have to work. What if the woman was disabled? Are they still oppressed?
No, can you give more context? You're saying, what if the woman was disabled? Can you give context to the question that you're asking? This is what you said. What if the women are disabled? What is the context behind your question?
How are they oppressing the man because they are disabled?
So are you saying if the woman was performing her duties and then she became disabled, is she oppressing the man?
What is a woman's duties?
No. So if the woman was fulfilling her responsibilities to the man and she remained faithful to this man and loyal to this man and she became disabled, no, she's not oppressing the man. And I believe you become a great man and an honorable man when you take care of a woman who was building a family with you and she honored her wifely duties. No, you're not becoming oppressive to the man.
Okay, what is a woman's duties?
To take care of the home.
To take care of the home. What about take care of the husband?
So taking care of the home is taking care of the husband while he's away. So you should give your man intimacy.
What about while he's there?
You should be his peace.
Hold on, Sasquatch. We're just going one at a time.
Yes, that's one of her. So if y'all want to get to the roots of what a woman is supposed to do, she's supposed to cater to her husband. She's supposed to love her husband. She's supposed to take care of the home, and she's supposed to give her husband children if she wants children as well too. So her duty is to comply with her husband and follow her husband. That's her duty.
So basically, what you're saying is the woman should bow down and kiss a man's ass.
So the way you're
that's exactly what you said.
So if you want me to concede to that, yes, she should honor him. She should worship her man, just like the Bible says it goes God, man, woman, and child. So if she needs to honor her man, that's what she needs to do. She does need to kiss his ass so he can kiss her ass. But if she's not kissing his ass, she shouldn't do nothing for that woman. Yes, if you want to have that kind of conversation, yes, she should bow down. If she wants a man to take care of her, if she wants a man to be responsible, if she wants a man to live and die for her, yes, you need to kiss his ass. Give me a reason to live and die for you. If not, get the moving, just like Sarah said. If she, get packing, get your bags, get out my house. If you don't honor the man and comply with him, yes, get out. Yes.
And Sarah, I'm done. I only have one more comment.
Sure. Go ahead.
I don't know what fucking world you live in, but you
Mhm.
better come to 2026 and I yield.
And I did. That's why we going co-parenting and it's friends with benefits. Because she doesn't want to comply as a wife, because she doesn't see it as a duty to do what the man is asking, because she sees it as me controlling her, even though women are pushing to control men. You're absolutely right, brother. We're not getting married. Most men shouldn't push for marriage, and we should be have friends with benefits, and we should have and co-parent. That's what we should do in 2026, because you want to comply with the unruly woman. I'm addressing that most of them are unruly and not giving anything to the man for him to take care of.
Yeah.
I pity anybody that would ever get with you, dude.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, whoever gets with me gets taken care of. That means they're complying and cooperating. That means they're loving. That means they're a good woman.
But that's an But wait a minute. That's an expectation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, what if that expectation doesn't align? So you should just knock them the fuck up and co-parent?
No, yes, because most women are not cooperative.
Exactly. You don't even, dude. You don't even believe your own self.
You're gonna let me finish? You're gonna let me finish?
I'll let you finish.
You can't respond to something I didn't finish. So again, if you want a child, yes. If you want to build, if you want to co-parent, because the woman is unable to stay in that household and be a wife, most women aren't. If a man wants a child, just like these women become single mothers when they want to leave a man, yes, we need to do what's in the best interest of men, because men by nature take care of everybody if you love them. So since women aren't loving, since women aren't being nurturing and catering, if a man wants a child, there's nothing wrong with him co-parenting. If we're pushing for women to be single mothers, have surrogates, and go to sperm banks, yes, this is the type of society we have. And they get to delete 73 million children annually. So if women can delete, if women can put kids up for adoption, and men see that most of these women are horrible, I think it should be an option for a man to be able to pick out a woman and go, you know what? Most of these women is trash, but I do want a child. I do want some type of family. I'm going to have a baby with this woman, and I did it, and I'm going to take care of my responsibility to that child. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that in today's society.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I did yield, but I have one more thing.
Yeah, take your time.
You call yourself a man. Mm-hmm. Right. And you claim men are oppressed. Wouldn't that make you a de facto oppressed man?
I didn't claim men to be oppressed. I said men were oppressed in relationships.
Yes, you did.
In relationships. Once
okay,
a man,
let's play the word fucking game.
Let me finish.
No, let's play the fucking word game.
Ask me a question. Let me respond.
Let him answer the question.
You a man, right? Where's the decorum? Where's the self-control? Why you out of control, my brother? Show some decorum. Again.
You haven't seen out of control.
When a man is single, women chase after you. Women want to be with you. Women will perform with you. Women will do backflips, cartwheels. The man will treat his wife and the woman that he invests in and builds with better than the whore. But these women, when they get a man, they treat their husbands and the men they get in relationships with worse than the single man when you're single. So your woman will be the woman of the year, or the woman that you get with if she's your whore, but she doesn't stay your whore. When most women get in relationships, she becomes worse. So it's a bad deal for men to make investments and get with majority of women today, because they become the worst version of themselves in relationships when they're your best whore when you're single.
Okay, so then why, other than human nature, would a man want to be with a woman, or a woman will want to be with a man, or vice versa in the libtarded world?
I just told you. Women should want to be with men because men still love women. Men still desire women. Men still value women. Women don't desire men. Women don't respect and value men except for a paycheck, except for some dick. And if they can't get that, then they'll get dildos and roses. Men still want to be with women and value women. I'm saying men shouldn't be compromised in actual committed marriages if the women are going to compromise him and his family. That's why.
I'll wait for the gauntlet.
Hey, I got one question for him. What value, and I asked you since you've been listening so good this whole time.
Oh, I have. Trust me. I'm not listening now because your shit keeps fucking up. Get some new shit.
Yeah. Outside of her mouth and her box, what value are most women bringing men today?
Emotional support. You know, there is something like that. I didn't hear anything or you say anything about emotional, social support, anything like that. Women or women and women or men and men or, whatever, there's some sort of other thing other than a physical attraction. And you never said anything about it. But my wife, I've been married 30 plus years. We are this as in love as we were when we got married. So your argument is it is not true that this exists in present day, but it does.
Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
So that's how we know you're out of touch with reality. If a man actually is emotional with his woman, if he actually communicates, if he's actually vulnerable, she'll literally call that man sassy. She'll literally say he's emotional and she doesn't want an emotional man. These women will say one thing and say a completely different thing when they're asking something from a man. The same reason your woman likes you a lot of time will be the same reason why most of these women leave their men. So again, most women are not providing emotional support to their men. Most men can't even vet to their women. Most men can't really tell their women how they feel. And most men guard women for what they're actually going through in life. That's why the men supposedly are deleting themselves, which is a whole nother talking point. But men can't typically go to women for emotional support. So be honest about that. If that's the only thing you provided, you were disingenuous and you said it just to look good to women because women aren't giving men emotional support.
You know what? Hold on. And I'm going to argue that
last and final thought, and then we'll move on.
Okay. If I messaged Sarah and said, hey, I'm having a bad day. She's a woman, right?
I don't give a fuck. You probably shouldn't use me as an example.
Oh, okay. I message.
She don't give a damn about your problems. And you know what? If you didn't provide for your woman, if you didn't pay those bills, if you didn't provide a security, she wouldn't give a damn about you either. You lose your job, you got 6 months and you on the clock, my brother. So you keep lying to yourself because maybe you have to do that to get a woman.
Maybe you can get away with this over on Fatty's bullshit panels.
Most men know, actually, Sarah conceded to my point. She don't even give a damn. Most men, whether you're him, whether you're not him, whether you have money, no money, whether you attractive, whether you're ugly, whether you're fat, whether you're not fat, whether you're tall or short, most women don't care about you unless she can benefit from something from you. She's not worrying about no emotional support.
I'm glad you think that.
And just to kind of caveat that, if you bring me more problems and not solutions, I have a problem with that. And I don't want to be involved in it. And that's, I stick to that. I don't mind like my close friends and family, right? If they had issues that we needed to resolve, like I will happily resolve it. But if you're going to call me with nothing but problems or you're one of those that like I'm not your emotional support dog, I'm probably not going to be as delighted to answer. All right, moving on to Logix. And again, we have one more spot available. If anybody wants to jump on, feel free to do so now. Logix, go ahead with your question or comment, please.
What's going on? You go by Ilkan, Ali? I'm sorry, I don't know what you...
Either one, family. Ilkan or Ali. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I was in and out of your, back and forth with Sarah. So is your overall premise, I think you said something like, I want men and women to be together, but when they get together, women don't want to be women, or you said women don't want to be married. Like what was you?
I want men and women to be together, but women don't fulfill the agreement. They break it and it makes them miserable. They don't want to fulfill their obligations and responsibilities to the man. So if I can't make you happy and you're miserable, you go create your own happiness and project it to yourself and not our kid. And unless they got to come over your house, I'm going to have my own things. And my kids, when they come over my house, they can differentiate between a peaceful home and a miserable home.
Okay. And so if that's your end goal, would you, so let's say you had the opportunity to do something like this again with Sarah, and would you make a prompt that says men need to just be baby daddies and be misogynistic, or men need to be baby daddies and abusive to women? Like, would that be your prompt? Would you ever like make a prompt like that?
No, you correlated misogyny and being abusive with women. Nobody said nothing about that. I said
I didn't say it was a correlate.
Why'd you say misogyny and abuse right then?
I just named negative stereotypes that are associated with women, like with men, like you made negative stereotypes associated.
We should do the very thing that we do when they leave the man that didn't cause no problems, and they say they grew apart and this man is boring. They say he's a great man. He just wasn't good for me. We're co-parenting. So instead of getting that far where the woman can control your fate and compromise your family and get a badge of honor on her belt just because she got married to you and use it as a flex, you don't do that at all. The law has to change. How we're maneuvering the marriages has to change, and the woman has to change for it to benefit the man. If we got in relationships where 9 out of 10 men are putting their hands on women, women and men would say women should stop getting married to men and men need to change their behaviors. For some reason, we are by nature or conditioned by society to keep trying to save women from themselves to the point now that we empower them. There's nothing we can do because she's still going to destroy the family now because she has the last say.
I mean, I disagree. I think that in 2026, like you was telling, I think that I'm sorry, Spin was saying like in 2026, I think people are holding people accountable more than ever. I'm not saying there hasn't been things in the past where we've been like mistreating one another or just generally categorizing us in a bad light. And I think that like you're kind of doing what women used to do to men, like, oh, men ain't shit, you know, you don't need nothing from them. Get money and go, girl. Like this is just the new version of that, what you're doing right now. So I would feel like if your goal is to say that you want men and women to be together, I would think that you would advocate for the positive things that would bring us together. Like you said something about women don't want emotional men. I don't necessarily disagree. I think generally nobody wants an emotional person. We don't want overly emotional women, and men don't want overly emotional men. But I think the better advice would be like, you know, men, if you encounter women that can't accept the fact that you may be having a bad day and you want to talk to her about it, then that's not a woman you want to deal with. Not, hey, don't talk to women because they all going to treat you bad because you have emotions. I think that's just further exacerbating a problem that you claim you want to fix.
So the fact that you're having a problem with me talking about it shows that you need to talk about it. Not talking about poverty, not talking about violence, not talking about injustice isn't going to make it go away. You need to actually point at it and point a finger at what the issues are so we can fix them and we can be solution based. You have a problem with me talking about women being problematic, but you're not talking about the women actually being problematic, but you're talking about me being a problem for talking about women being problematic. And if you're solution based like you're talking, then you should be addressing the condition of today's women, especially standing next to the angry American. He said what I'm saying is oppressive. He's saying what I'm saying is trying to rule the woman and control the woman. If what we did to women in the 50s and back was wrong, then what women are doing today, when we give them freedom, when we give them feminism, when we allow them to be equal to men and make their own decisions and they're using against men, we need to call that out. So their oppression, we passed it. If we did them wrong, and let's say we all conceded that we mistreated them, now women are getting their lick back and mistreating men. We need to fix that if we're going to have healthy men and women and relationships and families. We can't have healthy families if one person is compromised.
I didn't say I have a problem with you bringing it up. I said a better way to solve the problem. I didn't say like, why are you talking about this? I literally said you should be saying avoid the women that are down on you for expressing your emotions to them. I didn't say, why are you talking about this? That's two totally different things. I'm saying like, if we recognize that this has been a problem before, I would think that your approach would be something more conducive to fruitful relationships, not just doing what the women did. I said you should tell men, if women aren't accepting the fact that you want to express how you feel or whatever you're going through to them, that's a woman you don't deal with. Not all women are going to look at you badly because you express your emotions, because that's just flat out not true. I don't know who else is married up here, but you got at least me, and I know Angry American are two people that are happily married. Balderson, I'm assuming he's happily married too. So you have men that are in happy marriages, and I'm not, whether or not you're married or not, I'm not saying you can't give your 2 cents on the situation, but I don't know if you are or not. But for the men that are, there's men that saying like, you can be married, you can make it work, y'all can be happy and all that. So I think the advice would be better geared towards making fruitful relationships, not avoid them altogether, because there are women that exist that are not beneficial to men.
So you sell it for me, sell it for men. You sell the pen. Why should most men, and what benefits, since Angry Man couldn't answer the Angry American couldn't answer it outside of emotional support, what does the modern women bring to men, and why should they marry? And what is the benefits that most men or most women are bringing to men in 2026, since you want to be solution based?
I think that a lot of women bring first of all, I think in a lot of people that argue that women are just natured towards rearing children in general, men aren't necessarily always adept to that, especially just straight out from birth. So, you know, we all, men and women want kids. You want a woman to help you raise your child and teach you how to do it. So if you ever had to do it by yourself, you have somebody that y'all claim it's in their nature to rear children. You have somebody to help you go through that. You have a perspective from a whole different sex on this earth that has a totally different experience growing up and living life that you will never know. And they can give you insight on that, especially if you have young girls or interact with other women, because as men, we interact with women totally different than how women interact with women. So women can give you information on how you can interact with other women, whether it be platonic or through relationships. I'm a guy that ended up having a lot of female friends, and I learned a lot from them about interacting with women. You know what I'm saying? So especially at a younger age too, I didn't always try to pursue women as more than a friend necessarily at all times. Expertise in fields that we don't have expertise in. Women do social services, healthcare, all those things, even just small information about things that you just necessarily don't know about. They have experience in things generally that we don't have that experience in. Women and wives can bring you expertise in things that you just don't experience as men and don't have any firsthand experience in. So to just act like they don't provide nothing but box is kind of crazy.
So it's very, so this is two men that they can't make a good point on why somebody should get married outside of the fact that it may make y'all look good to women. Y'all can't sell it. So they have a different perspective than you. They can help you raise a child, and they can show you how to interact with other women is the benefits that a man will get for getting with a woman. None of that is actually supremely beneficial for men. Nothing for that is going to work for today's modern man to add actual assets into his life, help him build a family, help him, like y'all said, a responsibility of being loving and nurturing. There's no intimacy. There's nothing you provided that actually a man gets a benefit from outside if he's single. So again, nothing you said a man can't get if he's single. All that he can raise the kid with her if he's single.
Intimacy. Let me finish.
Let me finish. You didn't say nothing. You can't provide context after the fact. You said your main point was she can help you interact with other women. Why the hell should she be helping you interact with other women when the only woman you really should be interacting with is your wife? That don't even make sense. Most of the times, if you're in a monogamous relationship, you shouldn't want to be interacting with other women or getting to know other women. So what you're saying doesn't make sense. She doesn't even want you flirting or entertaining other women, especially hoes. So your point didn't stick. It didn't make sense. You're just trying to look good for women because you married, and you trying to put men right in the same prison you did because nothing you gave was a benefit for why men should get married today.
You just said I'm trying to make myself look good for other women because I'm married. Now I know you're just talking. Everything you're just saying things because you know that you don't have a rebuttal for what I said. Because just because you're married doesn't mean all interaction with all women in life just cease to exist. Come on now, you're sitting on a panel with a female co-host. Like, what are we talking about? You're gonna interact with women, and all I'm saying is there's some men that may need help doing that shit in a respectful way. You want to pretend like men are perfect? We got it all figured out. Just because we go out into the workforce and work till we die, that we don't need women and they don't exist and they're just not beneficial to us. But nobody needs to pander to women just because we disagree with you, bro. And you making faces and just like implying things that I never said as if like what I'm saying is crazy because you're making faces don't make you right. And anybody can see through that. That's all I'm saying.
So it would sound goofy.
One, and then we'll move on.
It would be extremely goofy if a woman got with me and the benefit was that I showed her how to interact with men. That sounds goofy. Ain't no man gonna say, hey man, you know what benefits that this woman gets for being with this man, interacting with other men? Ain't no man ever gonna say something goofy like that. Why would I want to teach my woman how to interact with other men? Let me land, please.
Hold on.
Let me
I'm not trying to interrupt. I was going to ask you a quick question.
Stop for just a second. We're going only one at a time right now. It's just Logics and Ilkan. Your turn's coming up.
Yeah, that sounds like a man who's trying to lose his woman. I help her interact with other men. It didn't make sense. You and Angry American can't sell why men should get married. All the benefits y'all said was no benefit to no man at all. Just because you said it doesn't mean it's valid. Go ahead, Sarah.
All right. Logics, thank you so much. We'll move on to Ant. Ant, what you got for us? Question or comment?
Questions.
Go ahead.
But Ilkan, thanks for sticking around for this Q&A, by the way. I know this can be a little hot back and forth, and I do appreciate your time.
That's my favorite part.
I would like to know, because it sounds like you've spent a lot of time on developing these ideas and strategies and whatnot. And I'm just kind of curious, like, about your process and methodology. Like, where did you acquire your information to build out these ideas?
So again, the greatest teacher of life is experience, right? But I also worked in mental health for 15 years. I also spent countless hours researching, going through data, looking at the different encounters and relationships with other people. Like, I take time to really be learned in this in the position that we're in right now in today's society with the man, woman, and the child. I want men and women to be together, and to my best of my ability, I want to do, again, even if Sarah says it's not realistic for somebody to be happy, if the woman says that she needs this to be happy or content or for her to be fulfilled, I want men to be able to do what that is, as long as it's not compromising the man, and vice versa. The problem that I'm encountering, and what most men are encountering, is when they're doing what the woman is asking, my brother, it's not working to his benefit. And she becomes worse. She becomes lazy. She becomes inconsistent. You know what's even worse? The less money you have, the more you get to see if this woman actually loves you and appreciates you. The more money you make, the more problematic and demanding she becomes. So it's not working. But it should work the other way, where she becomes a more phenomenal woman, the more phenomenal you become. But it's not working, and it's not working for relationships, and it's not working for the children as well either, my brother. And anything that's compromising either one of us, I'm not no longer promoting.
Okay. Are men and women monoliths?
To the core, yes.
I would have to disagree. I would think there's a lot more uniqueness to people than we have a lot in common, but we have a lot not in common. We have differences. I don't think we could say that we're all men are the same and all women are the same. That's what I'm trying to get at. So how do you see them as being always? I guess. Can you explain to me how they are monoliths? Because I don't see it that way.
Most men want in-home pussy, and most women want security. They want you to pay for submission and cooperation. And as long as a man's getting access to sex, he's not typically leaving this woman. She can disrespect him. She can run all over him. She can say whatever she wants to him. She can disrespect him. As long as she typically doesn't cheat on this man, he'll still stay with this unruly, disorderly, disrespectful woman. Where as soon as this woman feels like she's not getting control, she doesn't have security, she's lost assets, you've lost a way to provide for her, she's bouncing. Man wants sex, women want security. Since the beginning of time, man used power for sex, women use sex for power.
No, that's pretty basic. I don't entirely disagree, though.
It's a monolith.
Well, I think I don't think it's making men and women monoliths. I just think you've hit a core
generalization.
Not generalization, like property, a general property that exists among men and a general property that exists among women. I don't think that's the sole thing that defines either group, though. I think it's just one part of a stack. Like, because sure, men want romance and a relationship, and women want to know that they have a future and their children are going to grow up and have a place to live that's secure. I get that. Those are basic needs. But I don't think that's the sole basis of relationships. I think that's oversimplifying.
I respect your opinion and your thoughts, my brother, but it doesn't make it factual, because it's what you think it is. And based on real life circumstances and our encounters, if a man isn't getting sex from a woman, he's not going to entertain her. If a woman isn't getting security or assets or money from a man, she's not going to entertain him. That's the transaction or the conditions that male and female are putting on the table typically when they come together. This woman can be a unicorn. This man can be a basketball player. These people can have different interests, different hobbies, different thoughts, but at the end of the day, what keeps them together is the man getting sex and the women getting security. So in that position of relationships, they're definitely monoliths.
I think if that's true, though, the man doesn't have to be with any particular woman to get sex. He could just sleep around and be male hoe if he wants. Society doesn't even discourage that with men like they do with women. But we don't really see that. We see men seeking out long-term relationships with women. Like that is something that we seem to find satisfactory. I understand your experience, and it sounds very negative. My experience is a little different and a little bit more messy. It's a little more mixed. I have seen successful relationships. I have seen very happy couples that stay together for a long time. I am personally in a relationship with my wife for going on 17 years. So it's not impossible to have these relationships. And go ahead, sir.
I know you're going to understand me, because not only are you an aunt, but you're God's favorite aunt. Mr. Aunt, if your woman stopped giving you sex, would you stay with her permanently? She said you're no longer getting sex. She's not doing anything detrimental to you. But if she told you for the rest of our life, you're not getting sex, are you going to stay with her?
Yes. She's my partner. We like doing things together.
And you're in would you cheat on her and find ways to get sex outside of that if she permanently didn't give you sex anymore?
No. I respect our relationship.
And this is what I'm saying. I still respect your opinion, but I believe, just like the angry American, Logic, and God's favorite aunt, y'all are trying to sell marriage to us because y'all are stuck in this situation. Let me finish real quick.
Well, I didn't try to sell marriage.
No, Mr. Aunt, and God's favorite aunt at that. No, if you're staying with a woman and you're getting no benefits, and she's not reciprocating when it comes to the fact, especially in intimacy, let me finish. I'm saying her box. Then you're being used and you're simping for this woman. The main reason why most men are with women is because of sex. And when they come on here, they're lying and they're trying to portray something that they're not saying that maybe. Well, no, I'm gonna say that's you, my brother. The fact that you're telling men that you wouldn't leave your woman if she permanently, are you 60?
I'm 52.
You're 52. The fact that you wouldn't leave your woman if she decided not to give you sex every single day is bad faith, because if you told your woman you weren't paying any bills anymore, she would leave you. She's not going to stay with you. But you're telling everybody online today that if your woman stopped giving you sex, that you wouldn't leave her. You're just saying that again to look good as a married man and to look good to women.
Okay. First off, the guarantee here, or the equity she brings isn't just sex. She's worth more to me than just what's between her legs. We enjoy our companionship together. The marriage itself provides a framework for defining, what we have together and what's ours, right? Which protects us in the law, right? If something were to happen to either one of us, right, we have to determine whose is whose for inheritance purposes. Or if we get divorced, we have to determine whose is whose when we separate, because somebody, she's gonna get her stuff, I'm gonna get my stuff at the end of the day. So it's not just about having sex. For me, it's mostly about having someone I enjoy spending the rest of my life with. And after a while, having sex isn't the most important thing anymore, especially when I'm, get beyond child rearing or bearing age. You're not having any more children. Sex becomes purely for physical pleasure. And frankly, there are things I find more interesting and entertaining than physical pleasure.
So if you would tolerate your woman being unfaithful
that's not what I said.
No. I'm talking about the fact that she no longer would have sex with you anymore. You're willing to be a man that would tolerate disrespect, and you have no integrity or dignity about yourself. If she sees you doing that as well too, she would lose respect for you as well too. If a woman can just walk all over you without you having a backbone, if a woman feels like she can get you to take care of her without having sex, she knows you're already a man she can easily use, manipulate, and get to do whatever she wants, and she'll wait for the next man to come along, and she has the opportunity to be with that man. No self-respecting woman would even be or tolerate or be with the man who doesn't even hold her to a standard. If it's easy, it's not good for nobody. It's not respectable, and it's not something you should be with because it's easy. Again, my brother, if you're willing to disrespect yourself and tolerate that type of behavior from a woman, you don't respect her, and she'll lose respect to you as well too. You don't respect yourself.
And one quick response to you, and then we'll move on.
I don't know where you're getting this idea that I let her cheat on me. or any of that?
I didn't. No. So it's not a misunderstanding. If you cheat on your woman outside of the marriage, you're being unfaithful.
Oh, yeah, I would never do that.
If you're inside of a relationship and your woman is not performing her duties to you and she's not making love to you, which is one of her primary duties, because you gave up the women outside the relationship to be with this woman who's supposed to fulfill those duties, she's being unfaithful to you inside the relationship.
No, she's not. Unfaithful would be with her being with someone else, not us not having a physical relationship.
If you took care of another woman and paid her bills and wasn't financing your house or taking care of the bills of your house, would that be considered unfaithful?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
If you were spending money and financing another woman and not financing your household and spending on your woman and providing her security, would that be being unfaithful to your woman?
Well, not necessarily, but it would kind of depend on the circumstance. What if the woman was my daughter?
And again, that's 3 brothers in a row. It's the need to be right. If you're spending on another woman, if you're financing another woman, if you're
I know what you're getting at.
If you're giving security to another woman, you're being unfaithful and you're not taking care of your household. That's one of the main things that a man is supposed to do. That's the biggest way a man can be unfaithful is if you move the goalpost just then and you move the goalpost.
That's a legitimate follow-up.
You moved the goalpost and you didn't concede because you wanted to be right.
Let's go ahead. I like this. I want to put a pin in that one for the gauntlet, but you are currently 11 away from the gauntlet. You are 9 out of 20 on the Dono Go. You're so close. Mr. Tom pitched his bit in there for you to help you out, but it's not enough for you to get your gauntlet. So hurry up and get your donos in now before we get to the end of the line, because that will be the determining factor. And then there will be no gauntlet after this Q&A session. So you got 11 more to go. There are 11 people of you out there who can each send 10 bones and call it a day. All right, Mr. Sasquatch, welcome back. Oh, we lost Ant.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Sasquatch, to you, please.
This is actual footage of me chasing tail through the imaginary world that Ali wants to live in. And I can respect it, brother. It's good to have dreams. I get it, right? Not everyone is monogamous. Some relationships take place in non-monogamous settings. It's not generally advertised, but hold on. Let me put my face up here so we can take each other seriously. So, all of the things that you mentioned are resource-based. There is absolutely nothing there for loyalty or faith or anything. It's all very raw, very, what's the term? Transactional, right? You're trying to run a home as if it's a business, and businesses don't have periods. Businesses don't stub their toe. They don't wake up in the morning and feel bad. You're not in love with your business. And this is taking sex completely out of the equation, because if you have a non-monogamous relationship, you have a better option of attempting to run a relationship like a business, but it still will not work because that's not what it is. There are business aspects of it. Do you have sisters? And I'm not trying to get into your business. I'm just curious. Do you have any like sisters you were raised with?
Yes, sir. And Mr. Sasquatch, you can ask me any question, but I'm not one of the people that get easily triggered or emotional.
Just covering ground here, okay?
But I appreciate the respect, though. Yes, I have a sister.
Okay, so are you friendly with her? Do you get along with her?
Yes.
Okay, so that woman in your life is neither a booty call or a mother of your child, right?
That she's not a booty call or the mother of my child,
right? You're not trying to make her a fuck buddy or a baby mama, right?
No.
And yet you're friendly with her and you interact with her. Are there no women in your life that have gained a level of respect equal to your sister?
Yes, there are. So I want to make sure, if you hear from the beginning of the show, I say that is for the women, for most women today. There are a minority of women who are phenomenal. There's a minority of women who are loving and nurturing and who deserve to be protected, who deserve to be taken care of and deserve marriages. I'm speaking on the majority of today's women and their nature. I'm speaking on majority of the modern women. I'm saying it's a response to today's women's behaviors. I want men and women together. I want men and women married. I want holy matrimony. I want the man, woman, and child. That's the very thing I've always been preaching. The problem is when men are doing what's right, the women are weaponizing against the men and taking advantage of them because their women are doing what works for them. They're not doing what works for the man, and they're not doing what works for the children. That's why we have so many babies out of wedlock. That's why we have so many broken families. That's why a lot of relationships and baby making is in great reduction, right? We see what's happening to society, right? By 2030,
Agreed.
supposedly 50% of women are going to be single and childless because they pick themselves over.
I don't want to argue over something we agree over. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to pick one point because I agree with most of what you just said, but I'm going to pick one point out of it.
Okay.
They're not doing something that works for them. They're doing something that worked for someone else 20 years ago. They're applying problem solving derived from the academic field to their personal lives and ending up wine moms and old cat ladies, right? This is not conducive to a stable society. This creates the entire academic political tube of that weird, we are the most inclusive group, but we exclude everybody and put everybody in slots. They do the whole emotional language thing. That is a dead sector of society. It will breed itself out in a single generation or two. Those behaviors are self-eliminating, and I don't see a point in raising a whole lot of havoc over those points. Now, these decisions are detrimental to society. There's nothing you can do about that. It's their decision. But if they're going to interact with you, they have to do the things you insist. And if they're not going to interact with you, it completely does not matter. Is that correct?
Oh, you muted yourself,
Okay.
Ilkan.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So I believe it's acceptable to have standards, but I think it's unrealistic to have standards that are too high. If you understand what I'm getting at here. Now, if you're marrying a woman, set whatever standards you wish, but you have to deal with the inverse proportion as well, like the hot crazy matrix. If you're going to go for a 10, she's probably going to be nuts. You have to take the good with the bad. You can't have all roses and popsicles. It's a job. It's not a business, but it is a job. You have to work at every relationship you've ever been in. You and your sister can be best buds since the dawn of time, pinky swearing everything, and still disagree on some very fundamental things and appreciate each other's differences. Why can't it be similar in either in a marriage or in a non-monogamous relationship?
Because it's not working in the marriage. As soon as you give the woman the marriage, as soon as you give her the commitment, she thinks she's your leader. And I know you don't want it to be conditional or transactional based, but it's exactly how she treats it. And as soon as she gets the relationship, she believes that she owns the man. And the man, this is the thing. We're asking men to have expectations and standards. Then we change right back around and tell the men that their expectations and standards are too high. But even if they do have standards, the women don't want to meet those standards. And now we want our sons to be compromised in the future. If you're going to have some sons, having to be with women who have no duty to their family or to their husbands. Let me ask you something, Mr. Sasquatch. Would you take care of a woman and a child that wasn't yours and then comply with your order or your household? Would you, if you, so you would say absolutely.
Not the woman, but the children. Children did not choose their positions. They did not choose to be here or who their parents were. And so in every case, when I interact with children, I try to improve the situation somehow.
Right. I believe you, right? I think you would, but most people aren't lining up to adopt children and take care of them. They'll say that to sound good. A lot of us will do the virtual singling thing, right? We try to look righteous. We try to look American. We try to look Christian. Most people aren't walking up to adoption.
I hear
facility.
you, but I am sitting here right now with my adopted daughter and her grandchildren living here, and my daughter, who's my birth daughter, and the son that just moved out that has nothing to do with me other than the fact that he's the sibling of my daughter. I adopted them all. They all belong to me. I raised them all. They're my brain babies. I didn't make them, but I helped create them.
They complied, but they listened to what you said in that house, right? It would literally destroy
When
you.
here, yes.
It would literally destroy you to try to be responsible over people you had no authority over. So I get what you're trying to say, but then you come back, and I'm not going to call it a contradiction because we're having a good relationship, but you also acknowledge that you would not take care of these people if they didn't listen to what you had to say. And they didn't cooperate with the order or the direction you wanted that house to be in.
You have to want help to be helped.
That's the moving the goalpost, Mr.
No, sir. I'm saying there's no point in trying to take care of people who are actively denying that care. You shouldn't expend any resources, any effort, anything that way, because you cannot help someone who does not want to be helped.
And so you concede with me. If these women don't want help, if these women don't comply, if these women compromise you, if these women compromise your children, you should not take care of them or marry them. And that's most women. That's all I'm saying. So, and you agree with me. You concede to me. If she would not,
I do agree with a lot of what you say. I do. Right.
So
we're not completely opposed. The only point where we have an issue is when it comes to, well, specifically resources and children, right? I'm a firm believer that all children need care, and it doesn't matter where that care comes from. So if I've got an extra plate and there's extra mouths, we're going to break up something and make the plate work, right? It's going to happen. We're going to make it happen.
It sounds good, but looking at the current events of society, most people are not going to take care of bad kids. They'll take care of some good kids. They'll support some good kids, but most of society.
Maybe I'm not most people.
You're not going to take a.
Nope.
Like
you went out again.
How about now?
Okay,
you good.
You seem like a man they ain't gonna tolerate but so much BS. You'll tolerate goodness and love. If a kid come in your household and can't listen to you, they own the clock. You're gonna put them outside your household. You're not gonna let a child or you're not letting a child or adult come into your household and compromise that household. You agree with me. I think there may be some misunderstandings from the context because we've met each other, but I bet we'd be phenomenal friends. We think similar in today's society when it comes to how we should take care of the man, woman, and child. All I'm saying is that if most of these women are unruly, they don't deserve protection, and they don't deserve us taking care of them.
All right, I concede.
All right.
Yield my time.
Fair enough. Thank you, Sasquatch.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Mater.
Hey, Mr. Sasquatch, thank you, man. I got respect for you and your voice, my brother.
I know his voice is so sexy, isn't it?
You might be the new God of War.
That's okay, brother.
And a shout out to the chat. We are currently 9 out of 20 on the Dono goal. Hurry up. You only have Clay, DJ, Gibbs, and Ben to get through before I determine whether we go to the gauntlet or not. So if you want your motherfucking gauntlet, get those donos in. We're almost there. Clay,
yeah,
you, sir. Hi, Sleepy. Go ahead.
Well, first off, I want to do the housekeeping. Welcome back, Sarah.
Yay.
I'm glad you had a good time. You said you had a good time, so awesome. Welcome back, Gibbs, as well. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you on the panel. And I'm happy that it went really well out there. So, thank you, Ali, for coming up tonight.
Thank you, Clay.
For the show. It's more beneficial to talk about these things. First off, I want to talk a little bit, maybe piggyback off some of the other guys, and what my understanding of marriage is. And I know that what you're saying is that the prompt isn't actually what you believe. You're putting that out there as if this, then that. That's my understanding, right? But with marriage, my understanding is that it's a public declaration of monogamy. Now, I know there's also the idea of polygamous marriages too, but the general idea of marriage is it's a public declaration that you are going to be with this one person for the rest of your life, and there's nobody else that you are going to be with, nor your spouse. So with that said, that's the encouragement, which is, I think, your main message here. But with the promotion of if this, then that, I think that stating that if you are deciding that you don't want to be with that one person, it leaves a wide open field for all sorts of degeneracy. And when I say that, what I mean, sir, and I want you to contend with this, is that baby mamas and fuck buddies, if that's the goal for men from here on, or these type of men, then it's not just the goal that they are looking at, but it's also that it's other men that they're going to have to contend with, meaning that you are going to have to deal with a gutter slut, meaning she is going to be covered in that man's grody. When you see her next time, she might not even take a shower. So what you are promoting,
I think you need to worry more about what's inside of than what's on them. But for the record,
Gibbs, we're one at a time still.
inside, outside, covered in that other man. And that, to me, my friend, is the ultimate degeneracy that personally I don't see benefit in. How do you respond?
I think, again, you're the 1, 2, 3, 4th brother that says what sounds good. Most women, like the men, they get most of the women. Most men can't get access to women. Most men would die for a fart. Most men would die to play with their feet. Most men would die to spend time with women. The men who are having access to women get to tell most of the men exactly the condition of the type of women that we're dealing with. So that's absolutely wrong, my brother. Women love the promiscuous men. Women love the men that all the other women want, and women love the men that they want as well too. Even if they actually don't like them, they just like them because other women want them. Most of everybody that's on this panel didn't find a virgin. They found their wife having sex, and that woman convinced you to marry her, because we knew that virgins weren't in the market anymore because these women were sexually liberated. So men started having sex to pleasure themselves because women were doing what was in their best interest from 18 to 29, where the average woman gets married. While before she gets to 21, she's a whore. She's having sex. She's using sex to get leverage from men, money from men, access to men. She's looking to get the best man. And a lot of times when she does settle down and get married, she doesn't even like the guy that she settled down with, but he's willing to take her off the market. He's willing to rebrand her and give her value, even though she already gave a lot of men, like you said, access to her box. But because they've changed the market, men don't find their wives as virgins anymore, and women who haven't been tainted. Now men go, hey, we're getting our hearts broken in middle school, high school, college. Women are leaving men for the top guy and cheating on their men and picking, again, the best suitors for them, and they still won't settle down. So what I'm saying, to make it fair, is if you get a woman that is willing to deal with you, willing to pleasure you, but she doesn't want to cooperate as a wife, I agree with you. We shouldn't wife them, or that's not what you might not be saying. But I'm not telling men to go the other way, my brother, because this is today's market. Women were meant to be a man's pleasure, whether she's a wife and you get pleasure from her, or she's going to get knifed and she's going to be your 304. That's how it's been from the beginning of time. That's how it was in the Bible. She can be a concubine, she can be a mistress, or she can be your damn wife. She gets to pick. I didn't control that. So if they want to be hoes, we're going to treat women like hoes until they earn their keep and until they earn being a wife. We have to go back to the drawing board and say, we don't give a damn about you because you don't give a damn about us, yourselves, or the kids. Earn your keep. Earn to be a wife. So I would agree with you in a utopia and perfect world. And I want all women to be inaccessible except for their husbands. And maybe in a perfect world, we only sleep with one woman. But because they're sleeping with everybody and they value the man the most who sleeps with everybody, then hey, it's a race to the top. But with them, it's a race to the bottom.
So I don't think that really contends with what I was saying. What I'm saying is that she's dirty and you're willing to put your dick in that. And that's gross, bro. Like, that's the worst fucking thing I've ever fucking heard. It's like, hey, there's a slut over there. She's got a bunch of cum all over her. Go fuck that. That's gross.
You got her number?
That's gross, bro. And now I want to actually kind of pivot a little bit from that, because I'm thinking of something that you said, which is that you have a background in mental health. One of the things that I know about us as human beings is the more degenerate stuff that we do, the less we feel good about ourselves in the future. This is something well known in mental health, right? So if a person goes out there, they get a temporary pleasure, they do drugs, they do, crazy sex stuff, they get drunk, they pass out, and literally the next day they got to pay for it. They might even pay for it the next couple of days, maybe even weeks, months later. Their family don't like them, their friends don't like them no more. And so the mental health issue concerns me. It's also an emotional health thing. It's a spiritual health thing, because these things don't just plague you for a day. They don't plague you for an hour. They plague you for the rest of your life. You have to live with the consequence of your action. And so when we're talking about getting dirty, right, being unclean, and I'm not trying to do the whole small hat thing, but the idea of the uncleanliness, right, that shit doesn't come off. I mean, syphilis, you can't wash that. So, on top of the countless other dudes that she's got her DNA with, but you are risking more than just, a baby. But then also you throw in the baby factor. You have to take care of that baby. And then on top of that, right, let's say that it's another dude. It's another dude's baby. Guess what? You both have babies with the same baby mama, and that baby's walking around saying, what does that daddy want me to do? What does that daddy want me to do? Now the baby's conflicted because daddy one says, go fix the car, right? Or help me go fix the car. The other baby daddy's saying, fuck it, go play in the street. The other baby daddy's saying, go get me a bottle of liquor from the liquor store. You got all these conflicting things coming from all these baby daddies. The baby doesn't know who his daddy is. The truth is he doesn't know. Neither does the daddy. The daddy doesn't even know, right? Like there's 3 baby daddies walking around in the house going, this kid ain't mine. This kid ain't mine. And so there's a bunch of stuff with the mental health that comes in, not just for the individuals, the man and the woman, but also for the children.
Oh, you muted again, Ilkan.
So my brother, respectfully, you're the 4th man that's speaking as if we're women, right? A man who has sex with 2 women is a threesome. A woman who has sex with 2 men is a train. A man who gets most of the women and has sex with the women is the man. The woman who gets all the men and has sex with them is a cum bucket, right? Number 2, you're still speaking like a woman, because if a man gets sex and or too many women, he usually doesn't have to get married. If women get men, they have to heal and get baptized. So we're not the same. It doesn't make us dirty. It actually shows our value. The man who gets women and gets sex is valuable. The woman who gets men and a train ran through her is typically having mental issues and needs to heal and has to go back to the church to get baptized. So we're not the same, my brother Clay. If I had a lot of sex with women, matter of fact, bring Chris Brown up here, bring Brad Pitt up here, bring all the white and black attractive men up here that have sex with most of the women, and that's who the women are going to want. They don't have mental health problems. They don't have to heal. But if you bring a whore up here that's had 200 men, 100 men, 50 men, if she's been in the game too long, she's compromised typically as a woman and can't follow no man. She has to heal, and she's probably a broken woman for the rest of her life because she was supposed to get out the game in her 20s. We're not the same. We're built for this. We can go on and on and on and on and on. You can have, and you know what's crazy, Clay? You can have 5 women and love them all. They can have 5 men and leave them all. They can't be made happy. They're miserable. And even in the situation that we have now, where they have all this power, they still can't get enough. It's not enough. 5 men ain't enough. 10 men ain't enough. 20 men ain't enough. 30 men ain't enough. You could get the right woman right now, Clay, Sasquatch, Angry American, and Marble DJ. We'll get out the game. Even if we had sex with 100 women, we can meet our wife right now. We're done. They don't know how to deal with men because they've had access to too many men. This is how scarred and broken women are. So again, we're not the same. Having access to women actually helps us develop as men. It's good for our health as well, too. It's bad for their mental health and it's bad for their physical health, my brother. And then they have problems pair bonding. It makes you a better man. Just like that brother Logic said, a woman can help you interact with women. No, you interacting with a lot of women can help you better interact with women. Not a woman teaching you how to interact with women. The worst thing a woman, especially a mother, can do is to teach her son to be a sucker and get used up by most of these women instead of teaching her son to be just like the daddy that got her.
Can I get an amen? Goddamn! Woo!
Hold
on. So now I want to say
final thought, Clay, and then we'll move on.
I want to say, because you brought up mothers. Okay. Now a lot of men will sit here and say, you know, my mama wouldn't do that. But the truth is, your mama and my mama, they're both mothers. And there's a reason for that. Now, I want to make sure that it's understood. It does seem to me that maybe, just maybe, Ali, it's just my opinion. It's not medical advice, but I'm sensing maybe some mental health issues, because I don't know who you were yelling at. I don't know if you realize it, but that thing that you're seeing on the screen, that's not me. That's just an image of me. That's not like the real me. You're not yelling at me. You're just yelling at a computer. And I wonder if it's not because of what you had said earlier, because you said something about being a punching bag. I hope it's not in the nuts. I hope you didn't get punched in the nuts regularly, because that's going to be some emotional mental health trauma for sure. And I get it. I actually understand why it's possible that you might be a little upset at the women, but you don't have to yell, bro. And I appreciate. I'm just fucking with you though. In all seriousness, this was fun. Thank you, sir.
I was going to keep having fun with you, brother. I was going to say that was the little boy inside of me that was broken, but I know, hey, brother, you moving in good faith, and it wouldn't bother me. I'm really intentional about this. I want men and women together, my brother. I think I do want that. But if women would fight harder for being feminists, if women are going to fight harder for sexual liberation and slut walks, then why are we going to still keep tolerating today's women? All of you that got phenomenal wives, I respect that. I honor that. I value that. And I believe that men should give honor and value to good, phenomenal women. But until women as a whole fight for men the way they fight for being whores, then no, most men should not marry to most of today's women, because most of today's women will compromise their family over their feelings.
Perfect. Thank you. Spin, real quick, a question. Are you double dipping on another panel right now? You're muted. Are you double dipping? Are you sitting on another panel right now?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and kick you out. That is absolutely the
He's really going to be angry now.
I'm going to disconnect. This is a privilege, not a right, sir. I'm going to disconnect your channel. There was some wild stuff. So that is,
man, you better stop oppressing that man, Sarah.
Wild
disrespectful, absolutely disrespectful. Like sitting on another panel while you're sitting on mine. That is rude and absolutely that is panel etiquette 101. You're either here or you're not. I know it can be boring because we're waiting for everybody else, but that's the point, is you're supposed to be paying attention so that if and when we do go to the gauntlet, you can say, well, you said this and you said that, but you're literally sitting on another panel having another conversation. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life. All right.
And that guy's monogamous.
That right. I love you, Spin. I love you, Spin.
Dude.
I love you, Spin, so much.
That's crazy.
That's monogamy, baby.
Where they do that at, bro? I don't know.
Etiquette 101. That is rude and disrespectful and absolutely will not be tolerated. Don't you ever come on my panel again and try that bullshit. You're either here or you're not. All right. And just a kind reminder to the chat, you are currently still 12 out of 20 on the dono goal. If you want your gauntlet, you got to send 8 more. All right. DJ Vapors, to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead. Question or comment?
Yeah. How y'all doing? I would like to pass my mic. I like to go last if that's okay with y'all.
Ben always goes last. This is the order we're in. You either go now or we can bring you back for the gauntlet if we have the gauntlet.
All right. I just want to add that to my brother Ali, just so he won't get jumped. Feel like he getting jumped on here.
Well, yeah, you can even come at me too if you want. I'll take it as well. If you agree with Ilkan and you maybe disagree with me, or maybe you want to add some extra commentary onto Ilkan's, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be completely against what Ilkan is saying.
No. Well, I would say something to a comment somebody said about, I think it was Clay. He said something about it being okay for men to sleep around with as many women. Like that's a society acceptance or something like that, of that nature. I was saying, how could that be true when majority of women say that men, they don't want men cheating? So how could that possibly be true?
If this is a question for Clay, then I'll hold it. I'll just hold you until the gauntlet. If we get to the gauntlet, all right, Gibbs.
Yeah,
Papa Gibbs.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me. Hey, listen, I was listening in the car. We're making a pit stop at the house, do a little more drinking because we're out being DJs, me and the girls, and the girls were over here getting outraged. And so they're watching on the big screen in the other room, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to get stabbed because this motherfucker is cooking. Dear Lord, bros. It sounds like, I don't know if he said this. I only heard about the last 15 minutes. But, boys, it's a skill issue. Like, listen, I'm sorry that y'all just can't handle a bunch of women. I'm sorry y'all can't go out and talk to them. Like, listen, you need to. It's healthy. Like, I'd be stressed. I go to the bar. I'll sit there for an hour or two, and I take someone home. And guess what? I don't feel stressed no more. And like, it's good. This is good for your mental health. And then if I want to wife the bitch, it's over. I can wife her instantly. I'll never talk to another woman again. Like, it's exactly what this man said. This man is cooking. Like, listen, I've heard all what y'all were saying, all the stuff. I've done the highs and the lows. I've been in the mountaintop. I've been to the valley. But brother, let me tell you something. It's really simple. Just start looking out for yourself. Like, you go in here, there's nothing better. When they say women don't like cheating, they fucking love it when you cheat. They love it. You cheat on them, it proves that you can dump them at any moment. They're going to come in here and yell at me. Guess what? Why? Because I'm going to get yelled at the rest of the night. And then I'm probably still going to smash one of these bitches. Because what they're going to do is they're going to come in here and yell at me and smash me. Like, oh my God, he's a high value man. You have other women that want you. The minute they find out that you have one girl that wants you, you're attractive to all the women. It's literally innate. This man is cooking. I like, everything he said is 100% true. Like, and this is the sad part. Like, maybe it's a bad thing and it says something about the society we live in. That's a whole different debate. Like I said, maybe they cover that. I don't know. I wasn't here for it. But like, the fact is, if we live in America, which we, as far as I know, we all here do, this is the game. The game is get good scrub. You should go out, make more money, be funny, like get in shape. I'm fat as fuck. Guess what? I make money and I'm fucking hilarious. It works out real good. It's just really this simple. And like, for all y'all that are bitching about this and saying, oh, that's not good, the Christian values, I don't know if you know something. I've heard Andrew talk about this, Andrew Wilson, and I don't know if I agree with his take, but he's not wrong completely. And this take is, it's the great whole Reformation at the church. You go to the church, dear God, every woman's been ran through like a whore on nickel night. And I'm saying they're the worst ones and they're the craziest because you smell the desperation coming off them. I don't know. Also, real quick, Ilkan is Ilkan from BattleTech, because if it is, that's a good reference. If not, solid him regardless. But hell yeah, this man's been cooking, y'all boys, and that's really all I have to say.
My brother. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for telling the truth, because these boys need to hear it. Like they've been getting here lied to by all these fucking ortho bros, like saying they're gonna find a wife. Listen, you know what's impressive? Someone said this weekend at Vegas, right? Is whenever it's not impressive when you get a mail-in or immigrant order bride that's like some repressed country person. That's not impressive. It's not impressive to go get you like repressed Christian women that stays home and she's never seen a dick. Wow, you had a virgin. I'm great. She's in this. I'm sure she's great in the sack. Hashtag press X the doubt. But I'll tell you what is good. Someone that can do a trick on your dick. And if you can make them want you and never talk to another guy, and then that's more impressive, because I'll still cheat on that bitch. Like that's what is impressive, boy. If you have a Russian supermodel, guess what? That's impressive. You made a Russian supermodel loyal. What's not impressive is having the one that's already oppressed be like in your sack. I had court. And really, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Shout out, Gibbs. All right. Don't forget, you have 12 out of 20 on the dono goal, and we only have Mr. and Mrs. Balderson left. If you do not complete the goal by that point, then I'm going to go say goodnight. All right?
Yeah, give Sarah money now, and I might come back drunk. But I'm out now, so y'all be good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Gibbs.
Wait.
What?
Gibbs. He left. I was going to say he has to owe that to the red hair and the beard. So anyhow. He's gone.
We call that a French exit.
A French exit. Go ahead, Mrs. Balderson.
Okay, so Mrs. Balderson wants to say, first of all, women want to have sex too. I don't know why everybody thinks that married women don't want to have sex.
I love
like
sex.
That is, we like sex. It's like, I don't know where this misconception comes from. So I wanted to clarify that if you're not getting any sex, either there's something physically wrong with one or both of you, or she doesn't trust your leadership in some way, shape, or form. So maybe address that.
Or maybe you just suck in bed.
Oh, there's so earlier, well, the kind of woman that you're describing, I agree exists. But I also wonder if you think that those women were created by weak men who don't lead, men who are emotional, and men who abandoned their families.
No, no, and I don't care about it. So if women can get careers, if women can build businesses, if women can get degrees, if women can do good in the military, if women can be best friends to straight friends and gay friends, then they need to learn how to be a good woman or a good wife. If they want to master everything else but being a good woman, then it's a problematic woman already. So I'm not attributing it to their father or the woman and their families, because the man and the woman were usually raised in the same family as well too. For some reason, this man becomes a man and still wants to be a husband, but for some reason, this woman it's always she's a woman. She's emotional. She's healing. She got PTSD. She's broken. It's because her upbringing. If she wants to be a wife, she'll learn how to be a wife.
I can't necessarily agree with you on that last bit, because most women that I've seen that come out really, really screwed up have brothers who are equally screwed up. So I can't necessarily agree that those men become stellar, upstanding men who become the best men that all women should want. Typically, people who grow up in broken, traumatic places, they all have broken, traumatic outcomes. So I can't really agree with you on that one. But a little while ago, you described what a marryable woman is, and you described her in a very favorable way, and I give you kudos for that. And I guess what I want to ask you is, it seems important to you to have children. So wouldn't you want your children to be raised by that kind of woman, so they see that as their example, so they're nurtured by that kind of woman, and so that their example isn't the kind of woman you don't want your own daughters to become?
So absolutely, right? Just like what you just said earlier, most women run game, right? You said women want to have sex too, right? But for some reason they get in relationships and it becomes a marriageless relationship. Most women say they want to cooperate and submit and be a wife, right? But when they get in a relationship, they don't do those things. And what would be said is, oh, she probably doesn't respect you or like you. Instead of saying
I said trust.
You could say, we could say trust as well too, which means a person who don't trust can't be trusted themselves. And we don't say, hey, this woman is using you. Then if she's willing to be in your home, if she's willing to be taken care of you, if she's willing to be provided by you, if she's willing to be around you, be in your energy, then she's using you. She won't trust you or comply with you. That's the scapegoat that women keep saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't see how that got to non-compliance.
Who? If you said she don't trust you, right? That's what you said, right?
If your leadership isn't women, this is my solid advice as Grandma Balderson here. Grandma Balderson says, men and women, take dating like a job interview, and you should be checking off boxes like, this is something that I want in a relationship. This is something on the that's a bad thing list. And this is another good thing. And that's a red flag. And when the red flags start adding up, that's a danger zone. Walk away. It doesn't mean that they're not a wonderful person. Maybe they're a good friend. Maybe they're a good acquaintance, or even a good business connection. I don't know. But be smart, and women choose strong men who can lead you because they're intelligent and they can think ahead, because they have good work ethic, because they're not led by their emotions. Pick strong men who are good leaders, who are thinking of your best interest and your family's best interest. And men, if you are those things, women will want to follow you.
I absolutely disagree. Women trust men. Women know men. Women know who the good man is. Women know who the bad men are. They love entertaining the bad men and settling down with the good men. They love a sucker. They love an easy lick. They love a man they can use and finesse. They just don't have no respect for him. And they don't even. And let me finish real quick. They don't even have respect for the man that they call the man. The women don't even stay loyal to the men that all the women are desiring. They only trust a man that they can use, and once they can use them, they don't trust them anymore. The same most women get with the men for the same reason they leave him. If he has money, now he's financially abusive. If he's broken, I loved him for who he was. He doesn't have any money. Y'all will change your mind consistently over what benefits you or suits you right now. On the Untouchables, my brother Fatty has already coined it. Women support. Women follow, women comply right now. It has nothing to do with me. We got to stop invalidating men and discrediting men and telling us we're not a good leader because the woman doesn't see you as a good leader when it's convenient. We keep wanting to blame men for bad women. Why can't women just be trashed by themselves? If a man is a deadbeat, he's a sucker. If a man can't take care of his family, he's a sucker. If a man puts his hands on women, he's a sucker. Y'all blame everything on men. Maybe she didn't have a father. Maybe she never had nobody to lead her. Maybe she just wasn't taught. Everything is a man's fault. So Miss Benjamin Balderson, if that's the case, then men need to control women and women need to shut up and comply. Because if everything you do destroys you and you self-sabotage, then y'all need to go up to these movements and make a we'll do whatever men say movement, and men need to control those movements. But guess what? You won't, because y'all are selective feminists. Y'all are selective egalitarians. You only support the pros and cons of what you can get from a man and being a woman. Y'all don't really want to fulfill your duty and responsibility to a man. It's too much work.
Do you think leading is control?
Absolutely. So, Sarah, if you can control me, if you can get a man.
Oh, your mic went out again.
You're muted again, brother.
It's my cord. If you can get a man to do what you want him to do, if you can benefit from a man, when we ask a woman what a good man is everything she benefits from. He loves me. If a man has expectations and standards of a woman, hey Lisa, yeah, he's controlling. You don't want to be controlled. And again, women and children flourish under the control of men. Women and children typically are destroyed and compromised under the control of women. If she controls you, it's to the end of the relationship. If you control her, it's a permanent family.
Then why do you want that chick raising your kids?
That's what I
said. Just as baby mothers. Why do you want that chick being the influence for your sons and your daughters?
Y'all keep saying that, right? We don't. You keep saying go to the next woman instead of correcting the woman. Y'all don't correct each other. You don't let me finish, ma'am. You don't slut shame. You don't fat shame. You don't gay shame. You don't shame nothing. Y'all endorse and promote all these women. If we bring women, a panelist of women right here, the whatever podcast does it, Andrew Wilson and them do it. Hey, grade each other. We're all a 10. All of us are 10s. Nobody's the 2. Men can speak real life to each other, hold each other accountable, and we'll say you need to fulfill your duties. Hey, ladies, what you should do? What's in my best interest? Y'all will say it to each other right now. Do what's best for you. Don't worry about that man. We're men. Hey, Clay, make sure you're doing what's in the best interest of women and children. Hey, DJ Vapors, make sure you're doing what's in the best interest of women and children. Hey, Sasquatch, make sure you do what's in the best interest of women and children. Hey, Sarah and Benjamin, Miss Balderson, do what's best for you. You take care of yourself while the man has to take care of society.
So I'm just going to start off by, while you were starting, I was standing right outside in the garden where I could hear you talking, and I was hauling dirt and I was planting things in the garden and I was busting my ass because it's what I enjoy doing. We choose to live off grid. I live in a shack in the woods and I am happier and could not be prouder of my husband because we're making a fucking life together. He leads. He explains things to me when I don't understand. He helps me to, he absolutely is my direction. But you know what? Do I have questions sometimes? I absolutely do. Do I recognize in the moment when it's an emergency, listen now, because this is an emergency situation and I need you to do what I say? And when it's a, hey, I don't understand. How can you explain this to me so I don't do this again? Or so that next time I come to this situation, I know how to react. because I absolutely follow my husband. I am proud to follow my husband. He is a strong man. But I'm asking why a woman is ever going to look at a weak man who's bouncing from chick to chick to chick to chick to chick to chick and choosing baby mamas and has a list of kids a mile wide. Why does a good woman want that guy who's got all that drama, all those baby mamas, all those kids? And how is she going to trust that that guy's going to stick around for her and be a reliable man because she's going to be a good woman to him? You're muted.
Again, AKA, my husband does what I want him to do.
Oh, hell no.
Let me finish. Most women are not staying in relationships where they don't reap most of the benefits. If the benefits go majority to the man, y'all on a one-way ticket to Georgia. Y'all on a one-way ticket to singlehood and freedom and
sir, I'm already in Georgia.
For the Isaac, see, he's halfway there.
I've been there. I lived there.
Most women, if the relationship doesn't benefit them, they are out. And I will say this: most of the women today in today's society, the single life is what's best for men. The married life is what's best for them. That's why y'all want men to chase y'all down, pay your bills, protect you, take care of you, while you can just be whatever version of women you want to. But when the man is single, it's what's best for him. You gotta be the throat goat. You gotta do back flips, cartwheels, cook when he's asking, do what he's asking you to do because you fighting to get in a relationship and marriage with him. When he's single, he has access to the world. When he's married, he only has access to you, problems and demands, and the woman's still not happy. So again, marriage is what's best for a woman. Single life is what's best for a man.
I'm going to hand it over to my husband now, and I want you to ask him if any of those things stopped when we got married.
He's going to tell the truth.
He is going to tell the truth.
Yeah, he is. He's going to come online and make his wife look bad.
Sir, I would believe Benjamin. Just, I've been interacting with him a lot. Believe this man.
Yeah, that's the Benjamin I'll talk to. I can't go with Benjamin like that. He got my dad's middle
I know.
I gotta give him grace, man. That's Benjamin, man. That's gonna be a hard one. I believe anything Benjamin says.
Yeah, no,
that's my leader of a husband.
Hey, I like Benjamin. So his name Benjamin, man. Whatever he says is the gospel.
I agree with some of what you're saying, but what you're leaving out and the part that you're fighting about is the part where most men aren't worth a shit either. And if you're not, and if you as a man aren't worth a shit, then what kind of woman are you going to attract? You're not going to be. We all have a recognition, and I understand that so many people have gotten to where they're just visual now and they put looks on top of everything, but that's not the way women operate. If you aren't a quality man, that's going to be a good husband. You haven't shown husbandry in other aspects, i.e., you have your own shit going on. You're acting like a real man. You have your own home. You're inviting her into it. If you aren't that high quality man, what kind of woman do you get?
So I would concede to you, my brother, if when we question them and ask them about the men that they dealt with, it would be good and righteous men and orderly men. All their men are liars. All their men are cheaters. All their men are beaters. All their men are cheaters. They never tell us that this man was so amazing that they just did mishaps. They took him for granted. They disrespected this man. They talked over him. They try to control him. All these women will literally tell us they always go for the toxic guy, and then they want to settle for the good guy who picks up all the pieces. Most men aren't ish. The minority of men aren't ish because they don't have to be ish, because these women still lie to themselves to be with these men who not ish. But the truth is they're not ish. They're treating them like hoes, like the hoes that they are. If they weren't hoes, they would be with the good men, Mr. Dr. Benjamin. I do believe I'll tell you this. You and Miss Balderson, by what I see, it seemed like she may be the minority, right? She may be the minority of the women that I'm talking about. But for the most part, my brother, the woman's type is typically the woman, the men that, again, all the women want. And it's not a man who's about to wife her. If you bring 100 women up here, 90 women, we tell these women, hey, this man makes you crazy. You crazy about this man, but he tells you won't have sex with him. This man right here, he's an average guy, but he'll love you forever and marry you, but you're not crazy about him. They will have sex and take time to convince them want to marry them versus all the men that do.
And I don't disagree that these women exist. My point originally was that there's lots of them women. If you're not a quality man, you're definitely going to get a whole pool full of them. In fact, I completely agree with you that the minority of women are the quality women. And so what men need to be preaching to other men is that you need to become a quality man so you have the access to those quality women.
No. Mr. Ben,
if she will fuck you on the first day, she is not quality.
Mr. Benjamin, I bet before you got
Sir,
to
I'm that good.
Before you got to, and I know
you are.
Casquatch was doing. Y'all were busting women down left and right before y'all got to y'all wives, and y'all married her because she was different than all the other hoes that you encountered or ran up on. And you did your best to be selective with women, but a lot of women compromised you and broke your heart first. And you said, man, these women is hoes. You started dealing with hoes. And then you know what the phenomenon that women can still do to change a man's mind? Care for him, love him, be patient, invest in the guy. A man still, it isn't the fact that men will change. They treat women accordingly. The only thing that'll make a man be a good man is that good woman. He's not going to treat these hoes like a good woman. He may try to take care of her, but for the most part, if a man meets a woman and she's caring and truly cares about a man, he will give her his heart.
I don't disagree. He will give her his heart, but that doesn't mean jack shit to women. You explained that, and you've been right the whole time. That is not what women are after. Women are after security. And so he can give her his heart. Every fucking bum that comes out of prison, he's giving his heart away fucking to the first girl that'll touch his pecker. Fucking, that's not security. The security comes. These young men need to start focusing on making themselves real men. Husbandry is the thing that makes you a secure man and shows how you are going to take care of business. If you have a home and she walks and you own your own home and she walks in and your home is well taken care of, and you have pets and your pets are well taken care of, she can make the assumption that if she goes and gives her up her independence for your leadership, that she is also gonna be well taken care of because you've provided those examples in your husbandry before her. Husbandry isn't just with a woman, it's with everything around you that you interact with. And a leader is a good husband. He's the person that's taking care of the problems.
And that's more Mr. Benjamin, you want me to tell you something about you and Clay and Casquatch is different than women. Women are either good or bad. They can't be in the gray area. Either they're going to be a terrible person or a good person. Men can turn on switches and turn them off to when they're savages and when they're wholesome, good-hearted men. They know how to move accordingly with the world. We're supposed to encounter the world and adjust to the world and keep them from that type of world. They weren't meant to be in the outside world. They were meant to be protected. They were meant to be safeguarded because they would ruin themselves with making bad decisions. We can be, we have a savage in here, and we have a very loving, caring person in here. The woman is either evil or she's a good woman. The problem is whatever direction she goes, that's who she is. And she pretends to be the other person where the man has the savage inside of him and he has the good inside of him. He acts accordingly to who he is majority of the time. Most of these men are leaders. Most of these men are righteous. Most of these men are benevolent. Most of these men love women. Most of these men would do anything for most of these women. It's the women who are countlessly using men who are shut down, who are emotionless, who are ungrateful, who are the Eves of the Bible. Most of these women had everything in their hands, and they still chose themselves and still disregarded God and their men when they had everything.
I agree wholeheartedly with all of the wonderful things that you just said about men. Men are all of those things. They have the potential to be all of those things. Not all men are those things. They have met the potential to be all of those things. But I do not believe that the majority of women are at all what you described. And I do believe that there is the core of something that you can see in a woman, and you can see whether or not she wants to work within the framework that you're talking about, whether she wants to be in a traditional relationship or not. But she has to trust that your leadership, either because you've shown it by having the home for her to move into, showing that you can take care of your responsibilities, having a stable job or owning a business, doing all those things. That is how she is going to open up to you, because if you can't do those things, she doesn't have, why should she trust your leadership? Why should she trust that you have her best interest at heart if she sees you not taking care of the things around you? She is, you have to
that's
open.
That's why I disagree with you. I can get sex from a woman before I get her cooperation. I can beat her back out before I can make a wife out of her. She'll be disorderly before she complies with anything that I say. So you're absolutely wrong, Miss Balderson. Most women lead with their breasts. Most women lead with their ass. Most women lead with an attitude. They don't lead with class. They don't lead with virtue. They don't lead with a respectable woman. Most of these women get exactly what they are. Guess what, Miss Balderson? You're married because you're a wife. Clay's, if he's married, he's married. She's married because she's a wife. Most women who are in relationships or married are typically worth that. Majority of the women who are single are ungrateful, bitter, and are blaming men for the quality of the market when they choose to be undesirable, unmarriageable, and disrespectful to the men. They value themselves. They value their boss. They value their degree. They value their word. They value control. They value their friends. They value a damn cat and dog more than they value an actual man.
I don't disagree, but here's the awesome part about, like, when you do what I talked about, then, like, when Christy and I started dating, I owned the farm. If you don't act right and under my rules, guess what? This is my place. I bought it by myself. This is mine. You can get the fuck out, because things work here the way I say they work here. My benevolence has its limits, and those limits include you acting a fool. So you'll either act right on my fucking farm or you'll get off of it. And that stands for anybody on my land. And if you own your own land, you get to make those rules. You don't, this whole Nancy bullshit where, oh, we're building a home together and we're going to buy it together and blah, blah. That's because the dude ain't got the balls to be a man himself.
But you making my point. Your lady is a country woman. She's not a city girl. Most of these women, but she turned into a country woman. Most women don't want an electrician. Most women don't want a plumber. Most women don't want a farmer. They don't want those type of men. They don't want the men that's working with their hands and still connected to the soil. They want city men. They want men with money. They want reputable men. They want men with power. They don't respect men who are connected to the soil or connected to a God, created to a creator, connected to purpose, or connected to anything that's fulfilling, that comes with family, man, and what comes with order. They would disrespect you on our panels. They would disrespect you in today's society. What you're doing is a beautiful thing. Me and my woman were talking about possibly getting some farmland one day, or moving into the country, because that's the last bit of the wholesomeness of what this world has to offer. Majority of good women that I met, they lived in a village or they lived on a farm. Majority of horrible women I met were city women, were city girls. They're already compromised. They want money, they want superficial things, and they care about power, they care about control. The village women, the country women, they're outside with nature. They're planting, they love vegetation. They love being outdoors. They love being connected to their man and kids, and then you're doing it together. Y'all have roles in society. So the woman isn't the same as 1932 or 1876. These women are modern women. These women are trying to be their version of what they think a man is. They don't want to be a woman.
And on that note, I'm going to actually say, number one, I always say materialism is what's fucked up this country, and I will elaborate further on why that you just proved my point for me. Number two, get your asses over to the gauntlet. I'm going to read all the super chats. You want it. You got it. We're doing it. I'm going to shut down Raging Tomato on every other platform. We are moving over to the Gauntlet Debate. That is at the Gauntlet Debate on YouTube. Head over there. Now we'll catch you on the other side. Thank you. All right. I definitely, I've been saying, I will always say, materialism is what is destroying our country, not only in aspects of our politics, but also in aspects of our community, our nuclear family, our purpose, our goals, our everything. And Ilkan, you literally proved my fucking point for me. Country girls have that demeanor. They have that ability to be a good wife, so on and so forth. And Mrs. Balderson is proof of this whole concept, but you just agreed with everything that I've been standing on for the last couple of years. Let me read some super chats. Shout out to Pluppy with the 1 gifted membership. And of course, Tom Carpenter came into the big 50 earlier to help save your asses. And you guys continued on with it. So shout out to you. Pride of the Lion comes in with a big 5, says the men who truly do hate women don't have an issue getting women. That is the environment we live in. The men who truly do hate women don't have an issue. Wait, what?
So he's saying the men who truly do hate women don't have an issue getting women. But I think what that's trying to say is that you either can love a woman or understand a woman. Most men who have access to women understand women and may start disliking women because they see who they are. Most of these men who give access to women are having sex with a woman who's already in a relationship, having sex with a woman who's already married, having sex with a woman who already has a family and devoted herself to somebody else. So the minority of men, the reason why those men don't settle down either is because they see women for who they are and they understand women. So that's what I'm thinking he said by that super chat. The minority of men are the ones who are telling you the truth about majority of women.
All right, Bet. And I'm going to run through these real quick. Zero says, how do you avoid 9 out of 10? I don't think it's 9 out of 10. Zero also says, men who can't interact with women don't get girls. Shout out to you. MC says, hello, the panel and chat. Hello to the panel and chat. Shout out to you. Cuck Programming at its finest. Shout out. Over on the pilled side, Spin did drop $30 over there. It says, fuck your goal. And then, of course, Cash App came over from Sasquatch, trying to help with the goal as well. Zero says, how is that different from the cheating girlfriend and how is that different from cheating girlfriends and wives? Guys acting like that's exclusive to 304s. Both are dirty. Any thoughts?
How is that different from cheating girlfriend and wives? Guy,
I think this might have been when Clay was talking about dirty dicks and shit.
Oh yes. So another thing too, right? Ours is an Audi. Theirs is an innie. So if we're talking about dirty, a whole bunch of things are going inside of them. We're going inside of something and we can wipe that off. Whatever goes inside of them usually stinks it up and messes it up. It widens it. It messes up the pH balance and starts a little funk in there, right? A little funky, little smell, right? We're not the same. We have the Audi. They have the innie. They makes them dirty.
I will say that there are some things that you can't wash off.
True. True. Actually, ours is self-cleaning. Did you know that?
That is true, but it's only once a month.
Hey, Sarah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
Sometimes 2 to 3 weeks. I know.
Yeah, it's not your period that makes it self-cleaning, Clay. Exactly. It's literally our pH balance adjusts and accommodates to help keep it clean.
That too.
And it's a lot of issues come when your pH balance goes off balance, which can come from a dirty dick. So yeah, but then it has to like reset itself. And of course, Spin, who is not allowed on the panel tonight, and I don't know how I feel about when he's allowed back, only because that was fucked up, sir. I'll give it some more thought. All right.
Give him some grace, Sarah. Give him some grace, Sarah. Give him some grace. Ali, even though he was going hard on me, give him some grace because he's already in prison. So he did that because he's
inside of a prison. Give him some grace, okay? Inside of a prison?
Yes.
What do you think, Mrs. Balderson?
Well, I was just going to go back to the thing that you guys were talking about with country girls and city girls. And I want to just say for the record so that you guys out there have hope. I grew up not a country girl. I grew up not necessarily a city girl, but I grew up in an area where President Reagan lived on top of the mountain right in front of my house when I was growing up. And I had movie stars all around me. And that's the world I grew up in. Ben used to call me his little Zsa Zsa. because it took adjusting. It took really strong leadership for him to explain things to me and call me out when I wasn't understanding why things in the country are so different than they are in the city, and why my standards maybe were a little bit unreasonable for the country, unlike living in the city. For instance, I don't wear white anymore. I don't buy anything white. That's a stupid waste of time, because all I'm ever going to do is try to clean the white thing, and I'm going to get pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't wear
just
white.
your expectations. And like Sarah said, consumerism is an issue. Materialism is an issue. And living out in the country, I don't really have the opportunity for that. For me to go to town, it's 2 hours. I'm not going shopping just to be frivolous. I'm going to the thrift store because we're already in town running our monthly shopping trip. And, you know, I don't need all those things, but I didn't come from that. So I just want you guys to know that there's hope. Not all women, if your leadership is strong, not oppressive, but strong, if you're loving and understanding, she's going to follow you, and she's going to comply. She's going to let you do those things that you need to do. But if you give her the reasons not to trust you, she's not going to trust your leadership, and she's going to start acting out in ways that nobody's happy with.
Absolutely disagree. If the
I had
woman,
so much bad luck
if
with
the
dating
woman,
for so
if the
long,
woman,
guys.
We can't hear you, Jim.
if the woman,
Can't hear you.
oh,
Yeah.
Can't hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the woman,
Hold on,
go ahead.
Jem,
Jem.
I think, do you have earbuds or something you could put
Yeah,
on?
let me try to do that here.
All right, let's try to do
Died
that.
a second ago.
All right, go ahead,
Much
Ilkan.
better.
I disagree with Miss Balderson. I do agree if that woman gets to that mind state. There's some women who learn quickly. There's some women that take a lot longer to learn, but most women typically know what's going on. You adjusted at a certain time. I don't know when you adjusted, because I was going to ask if you were always like that, but you said you weren't always like that. I don't know what made you change, but when most women change, it's typically because it's not. Nah, it's typically because it ain't working.
So I'm gonna. I was always.
I'm not your situation. It's never the woman on the panel, so it's not you.
No.
Okay, we're not talking.
I was married before. I'm not going to say I was perfect. I didn't understand leadership. I didn't understand man-woman dynamics, and I didn't respect his leadership. I thought we were equals. I did not understand. There was never any explanation. There was never any leadership on his part, so I didn't trust him. He wasn't a bad man. You're right. He wasn't a bad man, and I divorced him because something fundamentally in me never trusted him. His temper was crazy and out of control, and it turns out that I had reasons not to trust him. But I wasn't always perfect. But now I have a man whose leadership that I trust so much that I'm willing to live literally in the wilderness on a place called Murder Mountain, because I just trust him so much. I trust him.
Again.
Can I comment on the temperament thing?
Because Jim, can you mute, please?
I hear a lot of complaining on the panel about relationships being shitty and everybody else's fault. And really, when you have that attitude, it's going to continue to be shitty. Because until you're ready to go take a look at yourself and be a hermit for a while and really get in and change the things about yourself that will make you a better person, you're going to be unhappy and you're going to attract the wrong people. You really have to have some self-respect and really push yourself to something better to realize, I don't want anything to do with these hoes, you know, and actually do some work, and you can have an awesome high-end woman. I mean, I married my dream woman a couple of years ago, and it took like two years of hermiting. And,
my husband married him.
Let me say this, Jem. I love having you here on panel, but I also do not feel comfortable having someone panel and drive at the same time. Not only that, no, he's driving. You can hear the beep beeps.
Oh, are you, Jim? Usually he's walking. That's Ben's co-host on TED Talks.
Yeah, no, I love having you here, but the background noise is very loud. But yeah, go ahead and get your final thoughts out, and then
come back when you get home.
I'll just listen and get home and come back after I'm parked.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's nice. Thank you, Jim. Joining your panel here.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm too busy.
We love you. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Brick. Brick sends in the big 20. It's my job to do what is best for others. Clay, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, like the reality here is that we are men, and if you're scripturally based or if you're just naturally based, there is a bit of an understanding that generally women are just naturally weaker than men, or, you know, in the scriptures, it really literally just states that. So we are the caretakers. We go out, we get the bacon, all that stuff. We bring it home. So the full responsibility falls down on the man. So if I'm going to accept my responsibilities, I'm going to have to come to terms with that. I'm not a child anymore. When I was a child, I thought like a child. And you know what? My mama took care of me. My daddy took care of me. But now I'm a man. So now it's my job. You know, we reverse our roles in basic life functions sometimes to where we want to feel like a kid again. Well, you know, there's a time to play. There's a time to work. And, you know, when you we have an age for that. It's 18. Actually, some households carry it, you know, from 16. Some households carry it from 5 years old. But you know what? At some point, that boy has to become a man. And the thing is that boys grow up to be men and girls grow up to be princesses.
And I agree with some of it, but at the end of the day, y'all know it. Women set rules for the men that they don't like, and they break the rules for the men that they do like. They always say if she doesn't want to have sex, if she's not cooperative, if she's not submissive, she doesn't like or respect you. If she truly follows your leadership, she does what you're asking her to do because she likes you. We're not going to overqualify it. We're not going to add all these details of things that she needs to do or doesn't do. If she likes you, then she will cooperate and submit to you. Otherwise, she's using you. And that's why I say most women don't like most men. And it doesn't make them unqualified. It doesn't make them valuable. It doesn't mean they're not a leader. It just means you're not good for her. And today's type of woman, if you're not doing what she's asking, you're not her leader.
All right, well, fair enough. Kokomo sending in some love. Shout out to you, Kokomo. We missed you. Welcome back, my friend. Cool Kev. Everything goes back to a man paying for submission. You guys, I don't think you understand the like submission. It's not control. It's not like the Bible actually explains it pretty well. In terms of what that should look like. But it's not like, I tell you what to do, woman, you do as I say. It's not like that. Like submission is like, you are going to lead me and I'm going to follow you. You're not just yelling at me saying, you will listen to me. Like I'm choosing to follow you. That's why I said earlier, Ilkan, control is not leading.
No, it definitely is leading.
No,
if
not at all.
Actions match your words, I will
again,
follow.
most relationships, women control. If she doesn't control it, she's not going to be in it. Most men will have to work and do all these things to get her submission and cooperation, while some other guys getting sex for free. He's getting sloppy toppy.
That's not leadership.
Let me fit. No, it's not. Listen, I'm gonna say it again. Women are fighting to control men 24/7. Most of these relationships are led by women because they want to control it. They're not allowing men to control them. And y'all just contradicted yourself from earlier when you said that women should be under the control of men. When they're under control of themselves, they make horrible decisions. Why do we always have to go to the extreme and go a man that she submits to? Shut up, woman. You're going to do whatever I say. Majority of what a man is trying to tell a woman, just like a father, just like an uncle, just like a grandfather, is what benefits her and what benefits the man and his family. He's not, if he destroys her, he destroys himself. Why do we always got to conflate the bad man with a leader? Why can't we say that she's going to follow and comply with most men who are doing everything they can to make sure she respects herself, he respects her as well too, and they have a fulfilling and thriving family? Why do we always do that?
Can I, Sarah,
is he
please?
leading? Well, let me just say, Ilkan, the comparison, I'm more of a man than you are at this point, Clay.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
No,
she's got a big dick.
No,
exactly.
Okay. For instance, Ilkan, would you say that I have self-discipline if, let's say, I'm 300 pounds overweight and I'm trying to stop myself from eating? So instead of choosing to not eat shit food, I just put somebody just puts a lock on my refrigerator and only allows me very portioned meals. Do I have self-discipline if somebody else has to control that?
Not when it comes to eating. You may be disciplined in another area, but for that example, no.
There ain't no way a 300-pound person's disciplined whatsoever.
Hey, there's fat people that demonstrate discipline.
The point of it is, the control, right? Somebody else has to control me because I don't have the self-discipline, right? But in terms of a relationship, if I have to control you, we're not in a relationship. Even children, there is a sense of control built into that, but I want to teach my kids. Here's the true test. If I can send my kids out into the world and they're good people externally when I'm not there, I have done my duty as a parent, and I've led them to make the right decisions on their own without me controlling them. That is leadership, sir. If I'm going to go be a helicopter parent and control every single fucking thing they do, that's not solid. That's not doing any good for them. I'm not leading them. I'm simply controlling them. There is a very stark difference between leading and controlling. Just the same as military leaders. A captain should be able to come in and give orders to his sergeants, and then the sergeants can go give those orders to the rest of the platoon, and they should be able to just follow the orders and know, even though the captain's not there, they'll know what they need to do, and the captain can trust that they'll do what they need to do because they follow his leadership. Or if not, then the captain would have to be there the whole time overseeing. No. Shoot that guy, not that one, that one. No, aim your gun a little higher there. That is control.
Micromanaging.
Thank you. It's control.
Yeah, and I want to say this.
Ilkan, your mic.
Just like we like creating definitions for ourselves, a lot of content creators have been creating definitions for themselves. I'm not going to put them on blast, but control is the power, authority, or ability to direct, manage, regulate, or influence something or someone. We're conflating it for someone being oppressive over a person when we're basically saying he has authority, the ability to direct, manage, regulate, or influence somebody. Why do we keep using? Why? Because women don't like hearing the word control. Again, you're a fool. You're an idiot. You should be run over if you're with somebody, especially a man that you have no authority over and you don't control, or this person doesn't want to be under your control. Because typically when a man wants to be under control, it's typically for a healthy, fruitful relationship where both people are fulfilling their duties and responsibilities to the relationship, and they're respecting and loving each other. It's not the woman's version of control where everything the man does is for her and where everything she does is for her. That's a partnership.
Okay, good deal. Leadership, since you want to break out definition, leadership definition came out as leadership is the ability of an individual to influence, inspire, and guide others towards a common goal or vision. It is a process of social influence that maximizes the efforts of a team, relying on empathy, vision, and communication rather than just formal authority.
Yes.
That sounds like a good husband.
So leading, so part of leadership is control.
Do you at any given
part
point?
of leadership is
Okay,
control.
let me ask you this, Ilkan. If you and I are married right now, and I go out to the grocery store, are you going to be there to control me?
You already know how to conduct yourself, right?
No, you need to control me. You need the power, authority, and ability to manage me, direct me, and restrain me and my behavior.
Did Sarah break up?
Yeah.
That's God. That's God coming under control.
I need to go.
No, you broke up. Sarah,
You froze, Sarah.
Good.
Am I back?
That was my
Yeah, you back.
That is you putting a dog
take
leash
a lot of
on me.
judgments from God.
You need to control every single aspect of my
please.
life. Therefore, that means you cannot trust me to go to the grocery store on my own. You cannot trust me to go get a coffee on my own. You cannot trust me with a credit card. You cannot trust me with your money. You cannot trust me with your children. You need to control every single moment of our life together. Leadership is you are going to guide me in the direction for our common goal or vision. Our common goal or vision, like I said earlier, comes back down to that business transaction, to the guidance of the relationship from the get-go, where we are getting married to build our family, our legacy, our foundations of that, of what's to become of it, and we're going to work towards a common goal. Now, you can absolutely lead me in the direction of which we're going to go, and I'll follow you happily like a little lost puppy, okay? However, if you're going to just control me to get to that goal, that's what the fuck? You're going to just hang out with me all day, every day? That's the most retarded version of a relationship I've ever heard. Nobody likes to be controlled, Ilkan. Nobody, under no circumstances. Now, do we all like to be led? Abso-fucking-lutely. Now, not everybody's meant to be a follower. Not everybody's meant to be a leader. But typically in a household, a man is meant to lead. But when he does not pick up his reins and lead like he should, the woman will take the reins because somebody's got to run this fucking ship.
Hey, again, the goalpost was moved to make it extreme, as if you're supposed to control this person wherever they go. Just like you raise up a child in the way that they should go, they should know how to conduct themselves when they're away from their father. If they're making decisions that's hurting themselves and the man, it's his responsibility to redirect and help the child navigate, just like his woman. If she's not having no problems, if she's conducting herself in a manner that's ladylike, she's not gonna have any problems. But if she's doing something like, let me see, women showing their ass and titties in public, wearing leggings so you can see their damn camel toe, showing her cleavage to everybody, maybe she needs to get some redirection on how to control herself, and she needs to be controlled, right? But we won't say nothing about that. We won't say nothing about that. Let me land. Let me land.
Sure. Yeah.
Men have to protect and provide. If your woman is now in front of me or your kids and something happens to them, we're obligated to do something for your children and your kids, even though society is stopping to do that because a lot of people are going their own ways, right? People don't see the benefit of helping other women and kids or other people in their country because of the things that's happening in this country, right? But we're obligated to take care of women and kids. We're controlled in that way. That's why we think the way we think, and men move how they move. Women keep fighting to not be under the control. You tell your woman how to talk, how to dress. Men will come on these panels and go, why you got to tell her how to talk and dress? Are you insecure? Why you got to control her? While you can't comment on another woman's post. You can't show attention to another woman. You can't follow her, but she can wear the exact thing to get attention from other men. It's the craziest society we live in, again, where women have absolute control over men, claim that the patriarchy is wrong, but they want a leader, they want a protector, and they want a provider, but you want a woman that you can't control, but she gets to control you. It's the craziest thing that women push for.
Why are you picking that woman?
And here we go.
I was thinking,
reflecting again. Y'all just said, and remember, hey, Clay, they just said they should be under control of men, then far away from being under control of men.
Never said it. They never
picking them by their boobs.
Hey, hold on. Who's that? Who's that?
Them by their looks.
Ted, your phone. Hold on. Ted, your phone still sucks. Either
it suck. Oh,
like
shit.
you need to get closer to your mic or something. But it's
you gotta get Spectrum before you talk to me, Ted.
Hey.
I'm just joking, Ted. You know I'm joking, Ted.
Do business comes in with a Big 10. Sorry, I was holding this one. I work as a truck driver and I stay in shape at all times. I don't care what women think about blue collar workers. Without us, America has nothing. You're not that important. Ooh, shots fired. I don't know. I love a man with good calloused hands. Paper pushers are like disgusting.
They just can't control you.
Soft hands. Yuck.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Is my mic?
What's that?
Is this mic better now?
It's
Yes.
significantly better. Thank you. Clay, you wanted to dive in on something.
Oh my goodness, I kind of forgot half of the shit that he said. So
I said that women control men because men don't have the balls to control women.
Yeah, the control thing, right?
That's true. That is true.
The control thing, they aren't claiming control. I think that you're conflating with what men are doing with what women are doing, right? So men do things, individuals do things, right? That does not mean that another individual is going to do X also. So I think you're conflating that, like men should act like this because women act like this. No, men should do the right thing at all times. Just because you are your own individual, conflating that is crazy.
Should a woman do what you say, Clay?
Sir, you're conflating.
I'm asking, brother. I'm just asking. Should your woman do what you say?
Should
your motherfucking woman do what you tell her to do? Thank you, Clay. Hey, Clay, you don't play that. Is it Clay? You don't play that.
Don't listen to the fucking answer then.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I do have a question for you, Ilkan.
Hold on, Ted.
If it is the case, I have to clarify this. If it is the case that I am doing something or telling her to do something that is not beneficial for her, like jumping off a cliff or taking some bad drugs, then she should not do what I tell her.
My point is proven. Most men will only do what she wants them to do. Most men will not inconvenience a woman to do what he needs her to do or what he wants her to do. The two, you know what? Let me tell y'all something for real. The most uncomfortable experience that men and women have is when a man is asking a woman to do something. She's uncomfortable with it and he's uncomfortable with it. Let me finish, brother. No, oh yeah, let me tell you. So I clarify. You trying to get clarification. Women are uncomfortable when men ask them to do something. And men are uncomfortable with asking a woman to do something for him. It's uncomfortable. Well, women are comfortable with asking a man to do something, and men are comfortable with a woman asking him to do something. They are in control of us.
Hold on. If you're telling me what to do and I trust you and you are my leader, just the same as if a captain tells his troops, everyone go over to this side, blah, 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 blah. They trust him. It's not necessarily I'm under control or whatever. It's like I trust that this is the greater good for us as troops, that this person's telling me this something because this is the best interest of our family, our team, our people, our company, right? I trust that you're leading me. It's not, I don't feel like you're just like controlling me and telling me what to do, right? I think if you say, grab the kids, we got to go now. Okay, I'm grabbing the kids. I'm going to go now, right? We can't like thing. It's a leadership thing. I don't feel like I'm being
you see it in the wild too, right? With the animals too, right? Mm-hmm. So when look, the shepherd, right? The shepherd leads the sheep, right? And when he leads the sheep, if a sheep wanders off, he will actually walk over, but he won't actually necessarily pick the sheep up every time. He will actually walk over and then begin to walk in front of that sheep, and the sheep will actually follow behind the shepherd until he regains with the rest of the flock. He doesn't actually have to do all the extra stuff. The lions in the wild, right? They work together. The male lion is at the top of the chain. They all follow the male lion. The same with the dogs, right? The wolves, the leadership, the alpha. And actually what's funny about the alpha in the wolf pack is quite often he'll lead from the back. He won't even start at the front.
It's crazy to me the way women got men in check. She can tell you when to take the trash out. She can tell you when she wants you to go to the store. She can tell you when she wants you to take her out dating. She can tell you when she wants to go shopping. She can tell you wherever the hell she wants to go. You better take her right then, and she'll fuss you out. Hey, babe. Hey, hold on. Hey, babe, you cooking tonight? Hey, baby, and look, can I finish, my brother? If I'm saying wrong, you can rebut.
Taking time to land, and I just wanted
you can taking time to land. I just started talking.
All right.
Hey, babe, you cooking tonight? I don't feel like it. Hey, babe, we having sex tonight? I don't feel like it. Everything that a man does for a woman, she wants him to do it on the spot, and she expects you to, and she will shut down on you. She will have a grudge against you if you don't do what she wants the way she wants you to do it. But women are inconsistent with men every single day. And when she says no to you, you tolerate it. If you say no to her, you have to explain to her why you say no.
Complaining this much to her?
Hey, you know what, man? Hey, keep being run. Yeah, y'all can lie as much as you want to. Most of these women are running men because men can't live without women, and that's not nothing bad about it. But y'all won't admit the fact that most men get their validation from having a woman. They're afraid to give their woman pushback. They're afraid to correct their women. They're afraid to redirect their woman. They're afraid to tell their woman the truth, because when they tell their woman the truth, she's gonna shut down or become a victim, or she's gonna leave him and he's gonna lose his family. Why are we lying on these panels, man?
You know, if I were going to add my 2 cents to this, I would say, oh, sorry, Jem, go.
I used to pick girls to date because they given.
Oh, take that trash out, Ted.
But it turns out that amazing blowjob giving girls are crazy as shit. And it took me 25 years to figure that out. And then once I stopped looking for the girls that gave me the best damn blowjob, then I started finding the ones that weren't crazy, and started working out. Sometimes you gotta look around and say, what is it that is attracting me to these women that it's not working every time? I mean, there's the one common factor is you, right?
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Man, it's crazy, man. Come on.
I appreciate what you're saying.
You can't get the woman. Why can't you get a woman that gives you a good blowjob and cooperates with you? That's crazy, man.
I love giving
Well,
blowjobs.
basing your pick.
When I stopped looking for the woman who gave blowjobs, I became happy.
There's more to life than just a blowjob, and that's when you get a woman that won't listen to the things that you ask her to do.
What is more to life? What is better than getting a blowjob in life for men? Talk to me, Ted. What is a man is sitting here saying this thing's better than getting a blowjob? Can you tell us all the things that top getting a blowjob?
Well, maybe
she gives me emotional support. Go ahead, Ted.
Blowjob don't feed the belly.
Emotional support,
like shit. You know
what'd you say?
He's heard how much she sucks.
From treat you like
no,
shit.
No, I didn't. No, Ted. I asked you, what is the woman that what can the woman do for you that outweighs giving you a blowjob?
What is the thing that attracts you to these women?
Why men lie about why they finance and take care of their women?
What is it?
Because they don't like
why
you.
we men just be lying.
These women.
It depends on how hungry I am.
Hey,
Because
Clay.
if I want some ribs, bro.
Hey, Clay, if men ain't getting no blowjobs, if they not getting sex, man, these are from very unsatisfied, unhappy men. They're buying things, they're taking women shopping, they're getting women things to get blowjobs and sex. If they're not getting blowjobs and sex, not only are they unhappy, it's bad for a man's health, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think this goes to the original point, which is the idea of, you know, just hooking up versus looking for someone you actually want to be with for an extended period of time, like the rest of your life, right? Because if you actually look for that type of person, you can actually find someone who will do all those things, but it's going to be hard, right? So you might have to wait a little bit. King Solomon
Damn right,
said,
it's going to be hard.
King Solomon
And Clay, hey Clay, just like you did, just like my brother, I'm not gonna say brother Balderson because his wife is literally right there. Just like Ted, just like Clay, just like Caxwatch, y'all got head and sex before you found your wife. You were enjoying life before you found her. Stop telling men, hey, stay away from her. Don't get your dick wet. Don't be a dirty dick man. Let me land.
I never said that.
I wasn't giving these women. Y'all weren't giving these women no emotional commitment and emotional support. Y'all knew most of these women hoes. Y'all were busting them down. Y'all were getting blowjobs. And then you finally met your wife and you said, okay.
I'm not trying to tell the young men. I'm trying to encourage them on what is beneficial, right? So there is a difference there. And when I'm saying that, what I'm saying is do as I say, not as I do, because as I became a man and I stopped being a little boy running around, putting his dick in every fucking socket, I stopped getting electrocuted.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like TV static.
Hey, Clay, can I ask you, hey, Clay, are you married, brother?
I don't actually, that's something I do.
I divorced him.
He does it. He'll talk about it. I won't.
Okay, so Clay, I'm not asking like to be personal, right? Same thing you told me, because I'm not trying to. If let's say you may be in a relationship, right? If you're out of the relationship or not married, are you gonna be busting down women? Are you gonna be going out? And if this woman, your type comes up to you, they go, damn, Clay, and she's your type, are you gonna bust her down and go, hey, I don't have a dirty dick?
That shit don't stop working.
So Clay, why are we doing, hey brother, If women are not trying to pleasure men in relationships, brother, there's nothing wrong with men getting pleasure from women outside of relationships, especially when they push casual sex. Just be safe. Just be safe.
Here's the question: are you expecting her to be celibate?
Absolutely, it's a double standard. I'm not. It's a double standard because I'm not expecting her to be a protector and provider. I'm not expecting her to be a protector and provider. And most men can't get access to women. And she wants me. Look, hey Ted. I mean Clay. If me and you walk out this building, and I'm gonna make you the man, right? If I walk out with no women on my arms, and you walk out with 10 women on your arms, they're gonna value you more than they value me.
Well, sure.
That's the point. So we're not the same. The men who get access to the women are the ones that women desire and the most valuable to women, no matter what we're talking about.
But is that the type of woman that you want? The one that hasn't learned to be wifey?
No. I said it again. You do your thing.
I can fix her
until you meet your wife. You do your thing. You do what? Listen, man. Most men are not out here looking to hurt nobody, man. Most men aren't out here using. You can't. If you have sex with a woman, it's consensual sex. She wanted it too. She can't. Oh, is this all you want? Hey, you already having sex. You already moving this way. Don't use that against me afterwards. If you were pushing for casual sex, women are literally pushing for casual sex and sexual liberation again to go on these slut walks. But then they still want to be wives. But they don't want to give this man something to marry.
Okay, so if you're going to be this guy and whatever you guys do, I'm not a guy. I'm not going to prescribe men's behavior, except for this little one thing. Don't get a bunch of baby mamas. That seems like a really, really dumb idea if you're hoping to one day have a wifey, and or if you just want to have a simple, uncomplicated, peaceful life and not having to deal with the drama of a whole bunch of women who you didn't think were worthy of marrying in the first place, and now you're tied to them with kids for the rest of your life. And if you ever do get a good woman, she's going to have to deal with those crazy baby mamas and your 13 illegitimate children. So if you're going to go get your dick wet, maybe don't go getting a whole bunch of baby mamas. Maybe cover that thing and do whatever you can.
And Miss Balderson, if Miss Balderson, you better pray my relationship never works. I'm going to show you the fast. I'm going to impregnate 2,000, 3,000 women to show you that it's not a man problem. Them women know. Them women know he got 1 baby mama, 2 baby mamas, 3 baby mamas, 4 baby mamas, 10 baby mamas, and they still sleeping with them. It's not the man's fault. So again.
No, I'm not saying that it's a man for a woman's fault. I'm saying if you want a simple life,
Miss
don't have baby mamas.
Instead of telling men to practice dick discipline, how about we tell women to practice pussy
say
discipline?
That.
No, that's what we basically telling men to practice dick discipline. Women don't practice pussy discipline. No, hey Clay, men don't have to practice dick discipline because most men can't get women. 80% of women have reproduced. Only 40. Hey Clay, most men.
Are you under the impression that only men have sex, that women don't have sex? Do you think that women don't enjoy sex?
No,
because it takes 2 to tango.
Oh, Clay, hey, Clay, you know what's crazy about what you said, how dumb these women are? No disrespect to the smart women. Most women don't even come in hookup culture, but they think they can leverage their sex to get control of a man. Most women don't orgasm. So why are women still having sex with
bastard? I just figured it out. You've never made a woman come. That's why you're so angry. Holy shit, dude! Did I crack the code? I love you, brother. I'm sorry. I had to take the shot. You laid it right there open.
So in hookup cultures, most women don't orgasm or climax in hookup cultures. They typically orgasm when they're in a relationship with a man, but they want to hook up like a man to say they're like a man. They think they can do the same thing we do. And they say their body count doesn't matter, but when you ask her body count, she won't tell you her body count because she looked like a hoe.
Want to know?
Who?
Do you want to know her body count?
I used to want to know. It don't matter anymore. But
I need to know in order to check my bingo card.
No. Hey, Clay. Hey, Clay. It matters, but they're gonna lie. So I don't ask anymore. When we were younger,
it is true. Yeah.
When we were younger, it mattered. That's why the conversation can be bad faith when you don't know who the hoe is.
Whatever the number is, subtract 10. And then for men, it's whatever the
women
number
lie
is.
Women lie about their whoredom. Women not gonna tell you their body count. And men are now calling men insecure for asking the body count because they can just get sex without shaming her. Because I knew this. If I was about to get sex from a woman, I go, damn, how many men you had sex with? Oh, them draws coming up real fast. So men go, you know what? What did that guy do to you? That guy was horrible. Come right here and lay on Papa. I'll come take care of you. So
that's
all you have that no, it's not. That's their game. As long as you tell her, Clay, as long as you tell her what she wants to hear, brother, you're gonna get them draws. If you tell her the truth, she's running away.
We all know what pickup artists are. We all know what fuck.
That's not. You ain't got to, Clay. You don't have to. That's not a pickup artist. That's what they like. Stop saying that. Hey, Clay,
once you learn what they like,
Clay,
you know how to pick them up.
Outside of great artists, and I said great with the G. You can't trick a woman into having sex with you. Women have sex with who they want to have sex with. She already knew she was going to have sex with you.
That is true, but they don't want to have sex with a guy who can't pick her up either. Like that's not the confidence is a big role in this.
Hey Clay, most men that women want to have sex with don't even got to open his mouth. You don't have to say nothing. And matter of fact, she'll tell you if you didn't open your mouth, I'd have had sex with you.
I've heard that a lot. You might not believe this about me.
Brother.
Talk myself completely out of the drawers on a number of occasions because they couldn't stop laughing.
This guy right here, I guarantee you, he's picked up a lot of pussy just by saying hello.
I have, but at the same time, I wouldn't shut up.
And look, I can make some really good jokes. I can be super funny, right? You know, I don't have quite as deep as a voice, but I do have a southern voice. And chick's pretty cool with that. I'm not a bad looking dude. I actually look pretty good. I got this, nice.
That's right, girl.
Yeah, I'm 220, 6 foot. I don't have any issues, right? But the thing is
that's not true.
Don't say that, Clay. Clay, say you don't have issues getting sex from women. You have issues in relationships with women when they have to comply with you. You don't have problems getting women. They have problems keeping you. Can you at least concede to that one?
No real problems. No. I don't worry about it. That's the thing. It's like, I guess you could say it's philosophy or whatever, bro. But like, I think it's conflating like reality that you're living in versus things that other people are doing. You're worried about what other people like. Here's the thing: you're kind of worried about what other men are doing in their beds. It's kind of weird. To be honest with you.
He's playing again. Clay, that's that. Clay playing again. Clay trolling me.
This is part of those issues, right? The issues he has is with words, brother. It's not with women or with things. It's with words. He has issues with them.
No, I can say that. Hey, Clay, I had no problem getting a whole bunch of women, my brother. And when I'm single, I have way more power over them. They try to do everything to get you in a relationship. Not only that, women that cheat with other men and they know they got a woman, they tell those men whatever they want to hear as well too, because they just want to get in the driver's seat of driving that man crazy as well too, and reaping all the benefits. She's not about to keep cooking and cleaning for this guy either. She just want to replace that woman. They're both trying to fight to destroy this man's life and make him miserable.
Shit, right?
Right. It's the craziest thing in the world.
They both try to control each other.
That's right.
Right. And there is only one leader, and then there is a wife for him. And she can be that, but they both have to choose to be their roles. I mean, this is, it's role play, really.
And it's phenomenal. Remember this: either the women control us with sex and their beauty and their type of leadership, or we control them with righteousness and order. If we live in an over-sexualized society, women rule. If we live in an orderly, righteous society, men rule. Not only that, your woman will want to be under your coverage. Your woman will want to respect you and her husband, and she wants to be the reflection of you in society. When she's sexual or over-sexualized and she still wants attention, she ruins your reputation. They go, man, damn, that's Clay woman. That's Casquatch woman. That's Tez woman. Look how she's dressing out here. She cares more about getting attention.
Who cares?
So why make babies with that woman?
Please stop. Hey, Miss Balderson.
Thanks for having me.
It's crazy. You keep asking
much love, brother.
Question when men by nature men love. Since a man came out his mother's womb, he wanted to come back as fast as possible, just not in her womb. So again, men by nature, because our mothers are the first voice that we hear, and they're the first person that's typically holding us. You want somebody that embodies similarities to your mother, that's loving and nurturing. So it's always embedded in them. Well, I did hear a man becomes gay if his mama's vagina stinks.
What? Really?
So if her vagina was clean, usually heterosexual, but most men who become gay is because their mama's vagina smell funny. when they were getting
shout
out of
out
it.
to Stinky.
wanna come
Speaking
back.
of Stinky, Stinky Paradox says, laughing my ass off. I was running my bandsaw in the garage and I could still hear Ollie screaming.
That's my passion voice, man. That's
that lion coming out. He's trying to leave.
You ever considered being a Southern Baptist minister? If this YouTube thing don't work for you, consider it.
People try to get me to be a public speaker, be a preacher, all those things, man. But I don't like being aligned to anything. I'm solely a humanitarian, man. I care about the best interests of society. So when I'm having this conversation, it's about convincing the woman to start fighting back for the woman, even for the man. Even if what I'm saying may come off as bad faith, is actually good intention behind it. She needs to start fighting back for her family. That's what women, instead of her money, instead of herself and her career and her body and getting BBLs and getting showing her breasts and everything to everybody, she needs to fight back for her family, man.
So those are red flags you see, and those are visible things. If you see
Go ahead,
those,
go ahead. You and a tomato all day. Why you keep picking? Why?
If you're already seeing those red flags in her, if you see she's got a BBL, if you see she's like so high maintenance, if you see she's ignoring her kids, why give that woman the time of day?
Because we're not gay. Hey, Miss Barterson, we're not gay. I still want to touch a woman. Hey, Miss Barterson. Hey, Miss Barterson, let me tell you, you're not a woman, right? Excuse me, you're not a man. You're not a man.
I am not a man. You're right. I am not a man.
Hey, Miss Barterson, your husband can tell you the touch of a woman, the smell of a woman, being next to a woman is possibly the greatest thing if you truly in touch with your nature. If you're not materialistic and superficial, if you don't think just because you have balls that you should be able to control everybody like y'all say, right? But
right. So don't make babies with that chick with all the red flags. Have sex with her, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but don't make babies because you're choosing that shitty woman that you're claiming is a shitty woman, and you're going to make her the mother of your children. Why are you going to punish them?
Miss Barterson, the hypotheticals is that we know it. Most women are not going to tell you they're whores, and most women are not going to tell you they're red flags. Hey, what's your red flag? Hey, Miss Barterson, what's your red flag?
What do you see?
Exactly. You're not gonna. Most women.
With like
no, I'm joking. I don't want you to tell me because you may. I'm being joking with you. I'm
telling you, some of those things are visual. You can see them and go, oh, that guy might be attracted to that, but I should watch out for that thing. That's danger. That's danger. I've seen that thing before. I don't want to make babies with that.
Today's women dress alike. They think alike. They hang out with each other. The hoes go to church. Then they go become a whore on Friday. They want to come wash all their sins away on Sunday. Most of these women think alike and dress alike. That's why we can't tell the difference. But they don't tell you they're whores, and they don't tell you they're red flags. So it's very difficult
I think most women want a man who is loyal, who is hardworking, who is trustworthy. And then if he is those things, she will do anything in the world for that man.
That was years ago.
Not true.
Years ago.
Man, that's so not true.
And the modern times.
They're still out there. You just got to look, man. And they're hard to find. Just like King Solomon said, they were hard to find in his time.
Yes. And I'm telling young men and men in general, till you find that, get your nut and have a good time. That's all I'm saying. And if you happen to get a kid, if she tries to trap you and you happen to have a kid out of that as well too, make sure you take care of your kids as well too. So co-parenting and baby mamas, because they don't want to be wives and they don't want to be in a household with you. That's all I'm saying. So instead of everybody being going crazy because this woman is crazy inside the house, let her be miserable by herself. That's all I'm saying.
With your kids.
No. It should be joint custody. But Ms. Barterson, I said the kids should go to the man. Matter of fact, Ms. Barterson, back in the old times.
I'm not going to argue that. I don't think that children are better off with both parents. Back in the old days, you and that baby was discarded. Bye-bye. See you later. Outcast. Because you had that kid out of wedlock, you look bad. Not the man. He got sex from you. You let a baby come up through your body, which showed that he was a valuable guy. He wasn't no baby daddy. You just outcasted. He'll go get another wife. So again, until y'all get shamed, until y'all start getting shamed,
and held accountable and responsible for your bad decisions, stop blaming the man because I got inside of you when you open your legs, and not you specifically, Ms. Balderson, women in general.
Right, but you're still planting your seed inside of a woman that you don't think is worthy, and then that seed is going to be half of your children's DNA. Like, the math doesn't match.
Well,
are you
hold
on the phone?
Hold on. The thing of it is, yeah, who's clicking? Somebody's got clicky clicks going on. The thing of it is that back in the day, when men dropped their seed in a girl or woman, I'll say woman, that didn't sound right, in a woman, and they weren't married yet, guess what? The minute she found out she was pregnant, bet your ass, daddy came up with shotgun and said, you will marry my fucking daughter. And Ilkan, you muted again.
I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't want to cut you off, but that was after Sarah. Not in the beginning. That woman was outcasted. There was no shotgun weddings till later on when the father started doing that. Centuries ago, from the beginning of time, you were outcasted. You and that kid were gone. That was a bastard. Listen, that was a bastard child, royalty. And you were a whore. And you remember the movie Scarlet Letter? Do you remember that? Even the women would call her a whore. The kid and the woman had to go. She was the whore, not the guy. But in today's time, now we shame the man. He should have practiced this dick discipline. Ain't the woman supposed to practice pussy discipline? He should have got married to her. No, Ms. Bartison, are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
We live in a time when women are dominating or starting to dominate. The OnlyFans makes more money than the NBA altogether makes. Just think about that. Being a whore makes women money, and they're gonna continue to do it. They'd rather get attention than respect. They'd rather get a lot of dicks than a family. So until they start changing and holding themselves accountable, and women start shaming them, stop blaming men because women can't keep their legs closed. Thank you. That was a good silence. I like that. You were like, shit, that's a good point. Hold on,
Ilkan.
Sarah, I got it, Sarah. Don't do that, Sarah. I got it.
Nope, hold on. Don't you want us to listen to you and be good and do exactly what you tell us, Ilkan?
Absolutely. Yo, Sarah,
who the fuck told me to have sex with you? You did, and I trusted you, and you said it'll all be wonderful and great, and I love you so much. Love me, fuck me. Oh, give me that poo-tang. I trusted you, Ilkan. I gave you my body, and here's how you return the favor by leaving once you plant that seed. Fuck you, Ilkan. You suck as leaders. You fucked it all up.
Check. Sarah. Women will submit in the bedroom, but they won't submit on their damn feet as a wife. They will give you their mouth, they will give you their body, but they won't give you their mind, heart, and soul. They will give you the coochie before they cook you a hot meal. This is how dumb today's modern woman is. I will have sex with you, have a baby, say I don't need marriage, and turn around and look at Clay and go, "You gonna marry me, right?" Instead of marrying, having sex, and then carrying. The woman is backwards. The man is still the same man today as he was yesterday. And the woman is Ricardo.
Ilkan, this is why I say the most important and vital relationship for society to get back into the right direction for the nuclear family, that most important relationship is between father and daughter. Because if she trusts her dad and she trusts everything he says, no man can measure up to him until they do. Okay. And then she won't be walking around believing all this dumb fuckery bullshit. Oh, yeah, just let me put it in. Just the tip, baby. I love you. No girl's going to fucking believe your I love yous if she has the true love from her father. So there you go.
And Ariel from Little Mermaid had King Triton, and she still wanted to walk on the damn surface instead of living under the sea. Under the sea, she didn't listen to her father, and she still wanted to be a damn human when she was a mermaid. No, let me. Hey, Sarah, can I finish, Sarah? Disney movies. I don't know. Disney movies is what messed women up. Think about it. A woman that was a damn maid and had horrible stepsisters and a horrible stepmother can wish upon a star and get a damn fairy godmother and still get a prince. All these movies showed low caliber women or so-called low class women based on society, not based on her virtue, that she can always get a prince and some man would come die for her for being a regular woman. But the man, in order to get a woman, even if she was average, had to be a Aladdin, had to be a prince, had to be the top guy in order to get an average woman. Disney movies is exactly what messed women and men up, Sarah. Yes, that is my point.
I don't think Aladdin's.
You're not wrong.
Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Snow White.
Brat. The only reason the marriage was approved was because he became the prince. It wasn't because he was a prince. She already liked him before he was the prince. Aladdin's not a good example.
Hey Clay. If we're having a good faith conversation, right? If Aladdin never found that damn lamp, is Jasmine gonna be with him?
This is the gayest fucking conversation.
Well, maybe if we're having good faith conversations, we stick to non-fictional accounts.
No. Even. Hey. You know what's crazy, man? This is crazy. Y'all can't even admit it, man. Johnny Depp couldn't keep his woman.
Correct. I think Sarah's correct. Okay.
Did y'all just see
the crazy? No wonder she
said that she likes men with calluses. She likes the rough man, the one that can actually handle himself, and not the soft man. Okay, not the soft, short, fat, tubby Sultan. Okay,
short dick,
all that money and no dick.
Clay, you got to stop trolling, brother. Again. If Michael B. Jordan can't keep his woman, if Shamar Moore can't keep his woman, if Johnny Depp can't keep his woman, if Leonardo DiCaprio can't keep his woman, if the motherfucking GOAT Tom Brady can't even keep his woman, what do you think the average man is going to do?
Well,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Just because they're famous, they're perfect men.
Right. That part.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened behind their closed doors. I don't pretend to know whether it's her fault or their fault, but they're human beings who have a relationship, and human beings are flawed and they make mistakes. And some people stick out the relationship and make it work, and some people don't.
I'm gonna tell y'all again. If y'all listen to Sarah and you listen to Miss Balderson, they're gonna make an excuse for why the woman doesn't like the top guy, and why she doesn't like the average guy, and why she doesn't like the short, stumpy guy. They don't like most men. It's just the reality is they don't like most men. See, most men are gay to women.
Then I might as why am I dating a man who doesn't act like a fucking man? I might as well either go gay and find myself a sexy woman or stay single. If I'm going to give myself to a man, he better be a fucking man. You want to strong arm me? You want to be in charge of me? Right? You better have the balls to fucking do it.
Man means he better be the epitome of what other women want, but I better be able to control him. He can talk crazy and control everybody but me. That's what it means. She's fine with him talking crazy to everybody. She's fine with him dominating. She's fine with him redirecting and correcting everybody but her.
I don't know about that. She likes the domination. That's not a control thing either, right? There's a leadership in the domination thing too.
Yeah, the BDS women like controlling how they control.
I'm gonna spit in your mouth, Ilcon, but then later on I'm gonna be calling you daddy.
That's why they have safe words.
Like I knew I'd fuck him up there.
There's time in the season, my friend.
Hey, brother, like I said before, they want to control every guy. They don't care about right and wrong. They care about winners and losers. As long as they get the guy that's winning, as long as they get the guy that benefits them, that's the man they want to be with. They don't care. They don't care about if he a thug. They don't care if he a preacher. They don't care if he tall, short. As long as they're benefiting from it, that's the guy they want to be with until they don't benefit from it anymore.
No, I agree with that. Now you said something very, very perfect, which is that they want control, but they're going to have to learn. They ain't going to always get what they want, right? That's what they got to learn. If they learn that, then they can become wifey. But if they don't learn that shit, I'm sorry. You're going to be baby mama. You're going to be fuck buddy. You're going to be that shit. And my dick probably ain't going to touch you.
Because both ends of the relationship got to give and take. Both ends of it. Like whether you're a man or you're a woman, both sides are gonna have to give or take to something. So it's like, what are you willing to give and what are you willing to take? If you too proud to fucking do something, then that's something within yourself. They ain't with her, although that could be also within her too. But that's humanly. That's not just a woman thing. That's a man thing too.
Yeah, responsibility, duties.
I disagree.
No crack baby.
I disagree.
What the fuck? What's up, Bodison?
Every man on this panel, if you were with a woman, especially if you loved her, you try to do everything you can in your power to make sure she was pleased. Women don't operate that way. It's not a two-way street. We keep trying to take the responsibility off of them and go, it's us. No, it's them. You were a yes man.
Overgeneralizing, bro.
No, I'm not.
So overgeneralizing, bro.
Explain it other than saying the word overgeneralize.
You're overgeneralizing, and that's a problem.
Tell me how.
You said every woman. You using absolute terms, and that shows a bias. That doesn't show fairness. So I'm not sure what place are you coming from. I'm just telling you my perceptions of your words, and that's why I said Sarah has a great.
Absolute would be all. I said most. And when you say I'm overgeneralizing, substantiate how I'm overgeneralizing where I'm wrong, where most men wouldn't do what women are asking if they can. Substantiate.
Okay.
Don't
when you take your time and you play back and you listen to yourself, you would then admit to yourself that he was right. On a lot of points that I was making, I was overgeneralizing.
Tell me, give me an example. Don't come up here just to go against me. I don't know what reason you have, what your agenda is, right? But
I'm not going against you,
argument. Yes, you said I overgeneralized.
Because that is true.
Let me finish.
That is true. But listen to me, bro. You gotta listen sometime, man. You've been talking the whole thing about everybody. There's 20 people up there, and you running. You saying some good stuff. You are saying some excellent. You're making excellent points. You are making excellent points. But in some of your points, you were overgeneralizing. Now that's just a fair critique from my point. Now I want to hear more from Sarah.
Which one? Don't run away from what I asked. Don't run now. Don't make a statement and not back it up. You didn't back it up.
You've been talking for the last. You've been talking for the last 30 minutes, and you asking me to go back on everything you say. I'm asking you to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you to help yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have made that statement for nothing. I don't need to be up here. This program, this broadcast is a breath of fresh air.
Now you monologuing.
That's why I'm here, and I appreciate it. And you've been making a lot of sense. Sir,
you're monologuing. I didn't come argue with you. You made a statement and you couldn't back up, and now you crashing out and you monologuing. You couldn't substantiate your argument. Just say that. Hold that L. You said I'm overgeneralizing. You can't say where I was. You said I believe in absolutes when I didn't say all. I said most. You crashing out now because you can't substantiate your argument. So substantiate it. If you're gonna make a claim that I was overgeneralizing,
you're not listening to yourself, bro.
Is that exactly? You're just gonna.
You're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to yourself. And like I said, if you go back, I hope you come back on this program and say, "Yo, old dude was right. A lot of the things I was saying, I overgeneralized. I didn't say some, you know what I'm saying? I was being absolute."
Is he right, y'all? Hold on, everybody on the panel. Did I ever say all? Clay, Benjamin, no. Hey, please, not no but. Hey, he said I said all. Hey, Clay.
You didn't use the word all. You used women. You used the term women, and that's overgeneralizing.
That's not absolute. That doesn't mean absolute.
In all fairness,
you wasn't being specific. You included all women on a lot of your points.
No, I was being extremely specific.
I'll let him know. In all fairness, he was stating in the past that he was not meaning all. So in all fairness, he didn't actually mean all. But with that said, at that moment,
still in a lot of his points, he overgeneralized. Still, he may have said that, but in a lot of the points, as I was listening, he overgeneralized a lot of the things he was saying.
Where was I wrong?
Regardless of whatever he said.
Where was I wrong? So tell me where I was wrong.
I'm not saying you wrong.
Tell me where I was wrong. You said I overgeneralized.
I'm saying you overgeneralized. You put them all in the same group.
You just talking. You just came in to talk again. You just
said a lot of things right, but you put everybody in the same boat. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say you said anything wrong.
Say
but you
I want to be up here with Ali.
You put them all in the same boat.
Just say you want to be up here with me.
I got it. You play it back for you.
Just say you want to be up here with me. You can't say what I was
you
wrong about.
fucking crap? I want Sarah. I want Sarah. You can kick rocks.
What was I wrong about? What was I wrong about?
I didn't say you were wrong. I said you overgeneralized on some of your points.
So if
I didn't say you were wrong. I said on some of the points you made, you wasn't specific.
Tell me what I was wrong about if I was overgeneralizing.
You tell yourself. You were talking about our dude. I can't go back on everything you said.
This man can't answer one question.
I guarantee you answer your own question once you play it back, though. I guarantee you that.
Do you know what generalized means?
Yo, dude, don't play me for stupid, dude. Don't play me for stupid, because I wouldn't even have used that word if I didn't.
Did I? Listen.
You included all women in some of your points. Your points wasn't wrong. I did not say your points was wrong, but you included all women's in it because it wasn't specific.
That's not what overgeneralized.
Some of the points,
that's not what overgeneralized means.
You put all the women's in some of your points, and all women's are not going to fit in any point that you might make.
Overgeneralization is when I'm making statements that